See, we have to prepare to meet the challenges of life without fear. Greed and jealousy, hatred and envy, man, you have to move with care in that jungle out there. You got to be careful. You got to be careful. How you move when you're moving. You got to be careful. Which direction you're going. You got to be careful. You got to be careful, careful.
When you go, when you walk, what you say. When you talk, when you go, when you walk, what you say. When you talk.
In your search for happiness, you got to.
Good morning, Grenada, Carriacou, Petite Martinique, the rest of the Eastern Caribbean, and all those of you listening in Radio Land. I am CJ, and this is Real FM 91.9 and 91.5. We are broadcasting from Main Street Cities in beautiful and historic St. Patrick. Good morning.
You gotta be careful with what you do and how you're doing it. If you do, when you're doing it, you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful, careful.
Good morning.
Good morning, Claire.
How are you?
Bless.
Good, good. Whenever you're ready, you can go.
Oh, I keep calling, but I wasn't locking it in, so okay, thanks. Good morning. Heavenly Father, we thank you for another beautiful day you've made. And as the psalmist declare, this is the day that the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. And God, even as we face the new day, we don't know what it may hold for us today. But God, we can forge ahead in confidence, knowing who holds today and who holds tomorrow. Father, we thank you this morning for the very breath that we're able to breathe. We thank you because all good and perfect gifts cometh down from above. And this morning, Lord, we just want to say thank you for your sovereignty. Thank you, Lord, for you rule in the kingdom of men. You are the one who in control. We have governments, rulers, authorities, but Lord, none of them could supersede your authority. You're awesome in power. Great is your faithfulness. Thank you, Lord, for the new day that we can experience your mercies and your favor. Even though sometimes we don't deserve your mercy, we don't deserve your grace, we don't deserve your favor, because you are good. You continue to shower us with your benefits, your goodness, your mercies, and your faithfulness. And Lord, even as we start this morning, we are all in need of your mercy. We are in need of your forgiveness. And Lord, even as you teach us in your word, forgive those who trespass against us, as you need you as our Heavenly Father to forgive us. And Lord, even as we go today, I'm praying that you would lead us not into temptation, but if temptation comes, you will deliver us. Your promises you will deliver us from evil. For the kingdom is yours, the power is yours, and the glory belongs to you. So God, today, whatever we find to do, may we do it with a willing heart, a humble heart, a grateful heart, even as we go into our workplaces today. May we bring your presence in. May we bring your peace where there is turmoil, where there is war, where there is confusion, where there is doubt, where there is depression, where there are things that are not lovely, there are things that are not pure, there are not things that are not honorable, there are things that are not of a good report. May we be your good representative today, in every corner, in every globe that you call us to shine today. To God, you always remind us that we should be salt and light, and salt give flavor, and light dispels darkness. So sometimes you're going to situations that are dark, you're going to areas, even in your walk, where you don't feel sometimes you want to go another day. But you just say, God, give me the strength so I could make it through. Sometimes we are in positions that we don't enjoy. We are walking among persons who may not be a good body to say, but Lord, help us that our lives will be a fragrance. Help us, our life will be seasoned with salt, so that we can be able to give grace to those who are there. And even when there's a situation that might want to make us turn and go back, Lord, we can call upon the name. It's a whisper of prayer, Jesus. Shout out your name, Jesus, and you're able to answer. You're able to minister. I don't know what I'm praying for this morning, but it seems like there's a situation sometimes that confronts us and we don't even know how to get through it. But God, I pray that today you'll grant someone your grace. You'll grant them the strength. They might be going through a tough situation in their job. They might be going through a difficult situation in their home, in their workplaces, and different in society where you're called to walk or to help. Lord, I pray for that one today who's crying out for a job, who need a financial breakthrough. You know, things are hard, it's tough, it's difficult, and sometimes we wonder how persons are making it when they don't have a job or they have a family to look after. Sometimes the breadwinner might not be there. Sometimes so many things happen. You lost the main person who was Mr. Support to that family, Lord. But God, I always encourage this person to put their trust in God. And God, you always make a way. You're a way maker. You always make a way. And Lord, today I just want to pray, whatever the situation might be, people will not give up. Somebody is facing a health challenge, a physical challenge, a spiritual challenge. The powers of darkness seem to be overwhelming and seeming to want to tear you apart, because God, we have to realize that we're not only physical and we're not only emotional, intellectual. We have that spiritual man in us that needs to be awakened. Oh God, I pray. Sometimes our spiritual man is dead, and then sometimes we might just be saying, where could I turn? But God, you make us to have a relationship with you. And sometimes that conscience, that gentle voice will always be there. I am with you. I'm there for you. You can make it. And God, sometimes we listen to the other voice and say, why don't you just end your life? It's not worth it. That's the voice of the evil one, because the Bible says he comes to kill, to steal, and to destroy. But you, God, have come that we might have life and be able to enjoy that abundant life in you. So, God, I speak against every situation, Lord, in the mighty name of Jesus. I plead the blood over that situation, Lord, over that person who is desperately crying out and have a need and is going through difficulties, Lord. And God, today, I pray that you would come through, you will be the defender. You always said you're going to be the defender of the weak, and you give it power to the might to the weak, and to those who don't have no strength. You increase it, Lord. You see that, give them the strength of an eagle. See that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. Teach us, Lord, today to wait upon you. Teach us, Lord, to seek you. Teach us, Lord, to call upon you. Today that call upon the name of the Lord shall be saved. He said, you shall seek me and find me when you call upon me with all of your heart, when you seek me with all of your heart. So you're not far away. Some people think God is so far. He's such a distance. Oh, no, he's just very near. He said he's near unto all those who call upon him, and all those who call upon him in truth. And Father, this morning, may we recognize that rock, that anchor, that refuge, that strength that only comes from you, that inner strength today to say I could make it. It is there, Lord. We just have to cry out. We just have to call upon you. I pray, Lord, today we speak into a situation of sickness, depression, unwellness, Lord God. We speak to this situation, Lord, in the mighty name of Jesus. And we plead the blood of Jesus, the atoning sacrifice, the one who enter the veil and you strip it away. And God, we have that freedom, we have that access, we have that liberty that we can come straight to you, or a great high priest who are tempted in all points like we are. You know what it was to be human. You know what it means to feel and to weep. Even at the death of Lazarus, you wept. And God, you said you were able to help us. You're able to succor us, to comfort us in all of our infirmities, Lord, today. Father God, today, I pray for our young men today, for our nation in a special way. My heart is so torn apart when I see so many of our young men, to me, just wasting their life away in the prison. So there was a sentence of 15 and some years, 17 and some years, pronounced on two young men in the prime of their life because of what they would have done to society, oh God. And so many things are coming up in their sight, and we see men. And when we look at them, handsome men that is strong and youthful. And the Bible says, call the young because they're strong and they're able to overcome. Oh God, I pray that they would recognize there's another way of life. I pray that they would recognize there's hope, even in the darkest despair. Sometimes you do things in a rash way or in a evil manner, and you don't understand afterwards the repercussion, the consequences, the things that follow. And we know sin has consequence. That's why the Bible says the wages of sin is death, but the gift of God is eternal life through Jesus Christ our Lord. And sin does pay wages, Lord. And God, I feel for those families. I feel for those young men. I don't know if some of them have families behind. They have children, and your children have, or your child have to be seeing you handcuffed. And, oh God, it's not a pretty sight. And God, today I pray for our men that they would rise up from out of the doldrum, out of the sin, the shame, the degradation. It doesn't mean that women are not there too. All of us are sinners. All of us have missed the mark. And I pray that we will seek a better way of life. We know there's a different road. There's a road that leads to life, and life eternal. And the Bible says, few that find it. And it says, Jesus said, I'm the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh to the Father except through me. And I pray today, where they're back against the walls, and even that it will be a deterrent to many of our other young people, that they would flee away from crimes and things that are unwholesome and lawful, oh God, and get themselves, employ or get a skill or learn to do something, work with their hands so that they can earn, so they don't have to rob, they don't have to desecrate persons. You're going in a person's home and you sexually assaulting them. Oh my God. I pray in the name of Jesus that these evils will be eradicated from our society. The amount of crimes we see have been committed in all this homicide is men. Oh God. I continue to pray that you would rescue our men, you would deliver them from the powers of darkness. That be, Lord, and your salvation and your light will shine into them to show them there's a better way. God, I pray for our people, even as we see so many things are happening that are pushing people over the breadline, and that is causing people to, sometimes to lose your sanity. Where are you going to find this amount of money to pay for a home? And some people might be in the age already, in the stage where they cannot even walk. They don't know where. I just continue to pray a situation would improve in our country. Yes, we want to see the best for our citizens. Yes, we want to see our citizens have their own homes and so on, and have a better way of life. But are we looking at those who cannot make it? And sometimes, sometimes I say to myself, if you're not sane, you can just be tripped over because there's so much pressure that is made to bear. You don't have a breadwinner in your home. You don't have, oh my God, I just pray today in the mighty name of Jesus that there will be redress to many of these situations. There will be a better way of handling it and an easy way that people could achieve things in life. I know Rome was not built in one day. And God, I kind of feel it, and I kind of try to understand it. Even sometimes you have a dollar in your pocket, you're thinking about those who don't have and how they are going to make it, and the pressures of life, the economic situation, the food in the shop is sky high. Everything is so, you have to be so thrifty these days, Lord. Have mercy, Lord. Remember the poor. You say we have the poor always among us. And God, we must remember them. And God, today I pray that you'll be a defender of the poor and the weak and the vulnerable. And Lord, justice, equality, liberty for all men will be seen throughout our society. Not only those who couldn't make it, Lord, but everyone. Because God, we are all equal in your sight. We don't have no status. We don't have no rank when we come before you. Everyone is equal in your sight. So, Lord, today I just pray for the peace of God that bringeth salvation. We pray the peace of God that will keep us in this time of this tumult. And so the peace of God, I just pray today over our nation. It will be able to rule in our hearts and our minds and to keep us in the love of Jesus. This is my prayer today in Jesus' lovely name. Amen. With thanksgiving.
Amen, and thank you. Have yourself a good day. I'll talk to you soon.
Pardon?
I said, have yourself a great day, and I'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, have a
Okay,
blessed
take
day.
care. Bye-bye.
With their factory at
It is 18 minutes after the hour of 7 o'clock inside the studios of Real FM. We're waiting for drumsticks, and after that, we'll go to the Maurice Bishop International Airport to see what the weather has in store for us.
Rendeck Community Partnership Initiative.
I'm here to say a special thank you to Grenlec for all that they have been doing for us. Now, most recently, we are very grateful for the paving of our yard. We now have easy access to drop off, to pick up stuff, and also it serves as a recreation point. So we're very, very grateful. And again, we want to say hats off to Grenlec for always being there for us. And we hope that God would bless the company so that you can continue to support us.
Rendeck, energizing our community.
the first word when you speak about furniture is classic. Yes, at Classic Furniture, they design and make the best in local furniture. All their products are made from the finest local wood available on island. You think it, they design it and make it to your expectations. The highest standards at the best possible price, and they also provide higher purchase for you, their valued customers. Located on Ben Jones Street in Grenville, with their factory at Chantemelle in St. Patrick. That's where you need to visit when looking for products made of the finest local wood. They deliver and install items at no extra cost. Your satisfaction is their mission. The extra step is taken to ensure their customers are completely satisfied. They do doors and finished kitchen, supplies mattresses, and restores antique pieces to look like the first day they were made. Hey, give us a call on 442-4645 and 442-9726. Classic Furniture, Grenada's homegrown furniture producers.
It is said, the proof of the pudding is in the eating. Therefore, the authenticity of the beverage can only be acquired in the taste. A taste which is original to Antoine de Beauregard Industries and comes from a combination of spices and local rum, which can hold its own all over the world. Woodman, a strength which speaks for itself. A taste which stands out from the rest, bottled with care, which speaks to perfection. Try Woodman today and be stunned by a flavor as never before. Let your palate savor that which is produced locally. Do not be deterred by substandard products. Our taste speaks volumes and sets us apart from the competition. You will be satisfied with every sip of our product. Say rum, say Woodman, feel satisfaction. Now that's quality.
Step inside. Immerse yourself in colors that come alive.
Color by Sissy.
Let your imagination run wild. Surround yourself in a world of color.
Color by Sissy.
Endless inspiration. Bold expression. Bold expression.
Sissons. Express your style with color by Sissons.
Let's see, I think we have Drumstick online. Let's see. Good morning.
Hello, good morning, CJ.
How are you?
I'm good.
Good. Go ahead, please.
Good morning to the nation. I'm reading from the Word of God, Psalm 100. Make a joyful noise unto the Lord, all the lands. Serve the Lord with gladness. Come before his presence with singing. Know ye that the Lord, he is God. It is he that made us, and not ourselves. We are the people and the sheep of his pasture. Enter into his gates with thanksgiving, and into his courts with praise. Be thankful unto him, and bless his name. For the Lord is good. His mercy is everlasting, and his truth endure to all generations. This is the end of the scripture reading.
Thank you very much, and have yourself a great day.
You too have a wonderful day.
Thank you.
Bye,
Okay,
bye,
bye-bye.
You gotta be careful.
I am heading to the Morris Bishop International Airport to see what we have weather-wise.
Where you go when you're walking. What you say when you're talking. You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful, careful.
And we have Jonathan Price on the line from the Morris Bishop International Airport. Good morning to you, Jonathan. How are you?
Good morning to you. I'm doing quite all right. I hope you are well as well. And good morning to the listeners. Here is the weather for today, Tuesday the 3rd of October, 2023, as recorded at the Morris Bishop International Airport. It is currently cloudy with winds coming from the southeast at 17 miles per hour. Barometric pressure is 1009 millibars, which is below normal and rising. Present temperature is 30.1 degrees Celsius and relative humidity 83%. Yesterday's maximum was 33 degrees Celsius and the minimum last night 29.8 degrees Celsius. No rainfall was recorded over the past 24 hours, hence the total for the month remains at 64.9 millimeters. Now for the public forecast for Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique Valley for today and tonight. The weather is expected to be partly cloudy to cloudy with a low chance for brief isolated showers and possible isolated thunder during the morning. Today's maximum will be 33 degrees Celsius with winds east-southeasterly to south-southeasterly at 14 to 24 miles per hour. Seas will be moderate with waves 4 to 6 feet in open waters. Low tide will be at 11 a.m. and high tide at 5 p.m. Sunset will be at 5:56 and sunrise will be at 5:56 as well. Just to repeat the public forecast for Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique Valley for today and tonight, the weather is expected to be partly cloudy to cloudy with a low chance for brief isolated showers and possible isolated thunder during the morning. From the forecast desk at the Morris Bishop International Airport, I'm Jonathan Price. Have a great day.
Thank you, Jonathan, and you have a great day yourself.
With what you do and how you're doing it. If you do, when you're doing it, you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful, careful.
It is that time of the morning where we hit the live to say good morning to everyone. Let's start with Alban Harris, McSween Belfon, Claude Abraham, Veronica Lewis, Joycelyn Francois, Errol Bonaparte, Louisa Williams, Marlon Klein, Ivor Hollis, Peter Joseph, Baby Daddy, Jerome Lewis, Christine Otley. Let's see, it's a long list we have going this morning. Shirley Scarrett, Daphne Date. Daphne Date? Good morning to you. Mary, good morning to you there in Toronto. Mary Olivers, good morning to you in New York. Delicia Daisy Bob. Let me say good morning to Faithlin Hallie Douglas. And I think it's Paul that lives next door to you. If I'm wrong, let me know his name. The Tailor Man. Good morning to you. I got all your goodies that you sent, the lemons and so. Thank you very much. Let me also say good morning to Keith Sylvan, Kenro, the Glean family, the Robinson family, the Callis family, the man that is my good friend, the S to the N and the GG. Analdo John, good morning. Susan, good morning. Lindona George, good morning to you. Lorraine, Gemma Warwood, coffee in the morning, good morning to you and Mama. Mona, good morning. Junior, good morning. Grant, good morning. Clifford Bridgman, good morning. And to the Duchess Foggy, good morning. Dexter, good morning. Bello, Miss Job, Miss Matheson, Pest out there in St. Vincent, Pat Kip James out there in Union Island, Pat Pear, Lorna Bain, and good morning to the Fredericks, and also to the staff and students of the university under the cashew tree. Good morning to you all. Jester, good morning to you. How are you?
Claire, good morning to you, and good morning to the listeners and viewers of Real 91.9 FM. It's good to be here again. I'm fine. And you?
I am fantabulous.
What's in place, man?
You know how I roll, you know how it goes. So what's up and about with you?
Well, I'm just here. I mean, looking at how quick the year is slipping by. We're into the month now of October.
Yes.
And the emphasis in the month of October is on the children and our elderly sicknesses. So
That's where you come in, right? The elderly part?
I don't know where you want to put me. Wherever you want to fit me in there. It's okay.
You and I are on the same page, don't worry. I don't like to take a jab at you first, but we are on the same page. And yes, it is the month of the child and the month of the elderly. Next week, for this program, I'll have someone coming in, 2 persons as a matter of fact, that I'm hoping to talk about the elderly. And then I'm working to see if I can get someone to talk about the child or the children. So it is the month. But as we know, we do the mental health program here, and what we try to do is to continue the talk, not just for the month that it happens, but it's a continuation because we all need help out there. Even at a young age as a child, you do go through stress and all that too. And we don't believe that this happened, but it does.
Yes, and Claire, and Real FM, hats off to Real FM because Real FM is the only radio station that I know of. I'm not saying there are not others, but who has a program that runs consistently of dealing with a mental health issue program. You know, It's not something on and off, consistently so, because we recognize how important it is to be talking about mental health issues, you know? Yeah, because it's that very thin line that lies between a normal person and a person that can just become insane or abnormal. It's really not, it don't take that much for somebody to just slip over on the other side, you know? So it is absolutely critical that we continue to talk about mental health issues.
Yes. Now there are a few people, new names on the live. Delicia Daisy Bob. That's another Hollywood name, and we have Faithlin Hallie Douglas. Now we have Delicia Daisy Bob. Last week I think I said Leonora George Buckmeyer. The names are coming in threes now, so we're all heading down to to that place down there where the stars shine, as they say. Erlyn McQuasey, good morning. Betty James, good morning. Stephen Simon, good morning. Let's hit the WhatsApp to say, Pat Kip James, good morning. Pat says good morning to you, Jester.
Good morning to you, Pat. Good morning to Mary Olivashi.
What's that's her name? Olivachi. What do I call? Sorry for butchering the name. I'm famous for that until I get it. So it's Olivachi. Oh, that's a nice name. Is it Greek or something? Mary, tell me where your name come from.
But that name also sounds like a Hollywood star.
Well, I tell you, Olivachi. I think I like that name. Lennox, good morning. I think Lennox is, Lennox, good morning. Patrick Otley, good morning. McBelfon, good morning. Keith Sylvan and Peter Andrews. That's people on the WhatsApp that we say good morning to. We have people coming out from every part of wherever we are going to. Lenora says, good morning, I am on. I was hoping to see you on. Sunny Isles, good morning. June, Julian, good morning. You know, we'll have to really say good morning to all the people that comes on the live and the WhatsApp Jester, because it's every day, regardless of what program that Real FM has. We have the regulars, and then we have, I think everybody has a peek of the program that they want to listen to, and they come on. So thank you so much, everyone. Oh, yes, her name is Italian. Buongiorno to you. Yes, it is Italian. Yes. So she could say buongiorno. She knows what that means.
Special good morning to the folks on Sutter Avenue, you know. Between Hustle and Strauss.
I see.
Yeah.
Now, you see, we have good morning in all different languages. I tried to say bon dia is for Portuguese. Buenos dias is Spanish. Now, buongiorno is Italian. Regular good morning to everybody that did local Joe Blow like me. In French, what it is? Bonjour.
Yeah, I always know about bonjour.
¿Cómo se va?
Buenos dias.
Buenos dias is good morning in Espanol.
Yeah.
Yes. So, you have to learn to get the names, the good morning signal and symbols, so that when you meet someone, you can, even if there's one thing you could say, good morning or how are you? They appreciate that, because at least you're trying to know their language.
But I always say it, back then when I was going to McDonald College, they just offer you this foreign subjects, but they never really place the emphasis as to why it is so important.
We know
that
now.
You should try, and that was really kind of sad. All they do, teacher, they just offer you the subject. It's you want to take it on, take it. But if you had already known the importance, if they keep stressing how important it is, as we now realize, then I think children will have put their best foot forward in trying to attain the subject.
Let me say good morning to Lorna Bain. She has just checked in. Good morning to the staff of Real FM.
Good morning to you, Lorna.
What you smiling about, Jester?
Finally, Lorna. Finally.
You're making me make my eyes look as if I've thunder in it. I'm rolling my eyes. I'm rolling.
Claire, you know that I'm speaking of. Finally.
Lorna, you know where I stand, right? We're standing on 4 legs on that one. 4, not just 2. 4 legs. Yes. So, yeah, it is. Mona, good morning to you. I said good morning to you before, but I want to say good morning again. Mona is always checking in.
Yeah.
Great girl she is, although she tells me off, but I ain't care. I ain't afraid. I'm saying good morning lady, still.
That's the Carib Stone lady.
The Carib Stone lady.
Yeah.
What, she made the Carib Stone?
No, she faces it.
She facing it?
She faces it.
Oh, I'm backing it myself. Yes. So it is Mental Health Tuesday. And our topic today is on how to help women in the workplace overcome burnout. And you may ask, what kind of burnout are you talking about? The stress of these days is causing, and not only women, men also, but I'm dealing with us today, us women, that we face burnout in the workplace. NP, good morning, how are you? Hope to see you checking in later on. It says women in the workplace.
MP?
N.
Oh, no, I just wanted to be sure of your letters, my dear. I did not hear properly, so I wanted to hear.
Do you need to go to the place where they give hearing aids and so? It is the month of the elderly, and you can take advantage of that. They give discount to people that reaches that kind of age. We have a call. Good morning. Good morning.
Bonjour.
Bonjour now.
Good morning.
Good morning, and how are you?
I know about it. What are you running all the mouth on me for?
No. We don't run in remote, we walk in.
The Carib lady, and he's the Carib chief.
The Carib Stone, he said. I don't know if it's
the
the Carib lady.
Stone lady, and he's the Carib Stone chief.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Good morning, Chester.
Good morning to you, Miss Mona. It's so
And
good
how
to
are
hear
you?
you this morning.
How was your weekend?
It was good. It was
Thank God for life.
Mona,
Hi.
you going bingo yet with nothing?
When he go?
He come telling me yesterday. I said, Jester, well, how was it? Me go, Claire, just the money flying and nothing coming out. I said, well, listen. he and win squat.
Grab.
Nothing.
He should grab.
He said, when he see the first set of numbers pass and he see it, he say, he ain't had no hope. I say, good for you. You see, I don't gamble or anything of that sort because people in the investment world says that when you play the lottery, there's no investment behind it. You have to spend money where you can get something back.
That's right.
And you're not getting anything out of the bank. Somebody getting, but not a lot of us not. And we go home heartbroken.
Thank God he don't get nothing.
Mona, you bad, you know?
I don't bad. I'm saying it just how it is.
Okay.
Because if he get, me and you sort of getting, you know.
Well, that's a given. We only hear something. Yeah.
We only hear just a win $10.
And we ain't even hear anything, keeping it under tight wraps.
And he only say, well, let me split.
Split? The only split he doing is when he open his leg and he go down flat on the floor. That's the only split he do, no banana split. That's it.
God.
The whole world, yes?
Yesterday you received the missile and them had passed through the place over there.
Let me tell you something. I was sitting on the couch over there, on the thing, having lunch, Roy and man. And then all of a sudden I know my whole body just lifted. That was a big thunder. And I tell you, it took off the power and it put it back on instantly.
Yes, that missile the back.
Yikes! That was bad.
I lie down inside here and I take missile.
Yeah, it was terrible. And let me tell you, I went home and I closed windows and everything very early because I do not want to see anything.
Right.
But he didn't come through.
Called me. When she called me, I said, no, I can't talk to you, lightning and thunder. And I put down. And I put down my... No, I can't talk to you, lightning and thunder.
And let me tell you something. I've never experienced a storm or hurricane in my life. And I always used to say, maybe I'll experience. But when I hear that thunder, that one and the one that happened a few months ago, I changed my mind. I said, no, thank you. Because I know that I'm going to die. Nobody can tell me. I know I'm going to die.
This thunder and them, they special.
They're special, you're right.
Yes. With, the thunder, what role, when you're dragging galvanized? No, you're laughing.
Yes.
I hear galvanized dragging come out across yonder.
I know. Yeah, they're special, you're right. They're made of something special. It cannot be just sulfur and rocks that are taking place now. It's something else.
Thank God he watching over me because it's me and he were there.
Well, yes, you always have to say thank you for that.
Alone.
Yes. But Mona, that is just smoke, the real fire behind.
We don't get in no fire, you say. What happened to you?
Well, you see, you could stop the thunder from rolling. You could stop the lightning from flashing.
Listen to me. We have a big, great, wonderful God.
I know.
We know he works miracles.
Yes, I know that too.
And we know what we ask him for.
And you also know.
Deliver.
And you also know when the people are bad and he can't take it anymore, what he does.
Well, he destroys us.
There you go. So I said it's the fire behind.
No, he knows that he loves us.
Okay, all right. People love you. People love you, hurt you still, eh? People that love you and claim they love you, they still hurt you. So just so you know.
That man, he really loves us, eh?
Yeah.
And he cares for us.
Yes, the Alpha and the Omega.
And if we only hold on to him, things will be good. All you have a blessed day.
You too. Take care of yourself.
Be good to yourself.
Have a wonderful day, Miss Moore.
Okay, bye-bye.
Good to hear from you.
That thunder, Jester. Where were you when you heard when that thunder went?
I didn't hear anything like that. We walk in the St. John's area in Mount Nesbitt to be exact. And
you did not?
Nothing so.
But the thing is, it did not rain.
It did not rain down that side.
For the time that the thunder was displaying its glory, no rain. When it stopped, then the skies opened and here comes the rain. You know the song that says, "Here comes the rain again"? That happened after the thunder. And I'm like,
go sing.
Listen now, I'll take you on any day because I know I could hold my own and I could hold a note. You can't. So don't even try to tell me anything.
I know you're asking for it again this one way that.
Good morning, Port Louis. Hope you're having a great day. So yes, Jester.
Yeah.
Burnout for women. And as it says, men goes through burnout also. But it says, after COVID-19 in the 2019 coming down to now, a lot of women are really, really stressed and they're going through burnout. And we may ask, well, what is there for them to, to have burnout? But think about it. Women, we are a special breed of people, And we have, those of us that have families, in the morning we get up and get our children ready to go to school before we go to work. We go to the workplace. Not one moment of the day that we don't think about what our children are doing or where they are and how they are faring. Then after work, well, not even after work, when they're at work, somebody has to pick up their children for them, or they have them in aftercare. Then they get home and the routine starts again. They have to bathe them, give them dinner and everything, get them prepared. If they have homework, they do it, or they help them do it. I'm not saying, and I want the men here to give your ladies, your wives, your significant others support. Although there are some men that are doing the same job as one because they are a single parent. I call them Mr. Mom.
Right, so what we want to make people understand here, the burnout we are talking about is like exhaustion. So let them imagine that they do a task and they're really, really, really tired. Burnout, they could drop to the carpet. So that is exactly what we are speaking about. Yeah, you can continue.
So it says, women in the workplace are facing more stress than ever before. During the pandemic, many women took on a new and expanded roles in and out of the workplace. Even though they make up more than half of the workforce, women continue to be responsible for most household tasks, including childcare. With regular disruptions to school and daycares, plus new job responsibility as organizations seek efficiencies, we are efficient. Many women are holding on by a thread, and a record number have left the workforce altogether. Now, companies are grappling with how to help women employees overcome burnout. He says, consider this all too common scenario. A few girlfriends finally gather for the night out they've been trying to plan for months. But at each attempt, the text roll in, I'm out. Luke has basketball practice, or I need to cancel. Sitters in quarantine, and sorry, stuck in a meeting, or 2 more people resigned today, another late night.
Yeah.
So, women are going through this as we sit here and speak about it, or we're speaking about it.
Yeah, and I would just like to highly, highly recognize the role that our women play in our society.
I'll take it, thank you very much.
Yes, you can. And many decades ago, it was deemed that a woman's place was in the home, right? But that cycle have been broken in, I won't say recent times, it's not too recent, but I think it has become more popular by the 80s, the 90s, where women have been coming forward and showing their real potential in the industrial world as well, many women are doing a number of jobs that was deemed for men now in today's world. And education-wise, if you look around, women tend to be, Big J sang this calypso, they say, women getting licks. That song shows that women are really showing their prominence and dominance in the field of work these days, and that's the harsh reality, and it's been proven. If you go around our learning institutions, you will see that
majority of women.
The staff is being made up. I'm seeing it like 95% is they are women.
So it says that when they try to get together, you hear me always talking about my peeps. When I traverse back to the Big Six, I meet them all: Lorna, Jenny, Annie, Youthlin, Denise. And myself, that's 5 and 6, and there's one in New York that when I go to New York is that. So these are my base ladies. And when I go back, we all get together and we do the powwow. It says here, he talked about that, every time the text roll in, I can't make it. This one has soccer. This one is in quarantine. And that's part of when the COVID-19 was taking place. It says, but once these ladies eventually get together, there is often a boisterous chorus of, I'm so stressed. That is what you will hear. Because it says the sentiments of his breakdown or during the chit-chat are at the start of a virtual meeting. So sometimes, even though they get together, they still get interrupted by
the phone.
Emails coming through, text coming through. I need this for first thing tomorrow morning. So they still, even though they are off the job, they're still on the job. And women, yes, we need the jobs. Yes, we have a life. And yes, our children, our family is what we look after. But when you leave the job, if you start working at 8 to 4, unless you're on call, kill your phone. Because if you don't, you will never ever get to be stress-free in any way or form. Because you take the work home with you, you take it back to work with you, you pick it up at work, you work, and then you come back with it again. That is not healthy for anybody's mental health in any way or form. There were the days when, before the cell phone and say come into action, we had pages. You remember the pages?
Oh, yes, I remember.
You have it stick on your side.
You get a little alert,
right.
By a tone being given off.
Yes.
And then you go to make the call.
I used to work in trade shows. So all the coordinators had pages. So they go home to sleep or whatever, but they are on call. So when shipment comes in, so they have to go to the site to release the shipment or to break bonds and so from the trailers, the pager go tick, 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 tick. These people were always on call. That they're paying them for that. And if they have to do it outside their working hours, they get time and a half. Even if it's on the weekend and they are not working on the weekend regularly, but have to do that, they get double time and a half. They were paid. But the stress of what they have to go through, and it was both men and women, because we had women coordinators as well as men coordinators. So it's not just happening today. Today we are more aware of it because it affects us in a different way than it before. And maybe before it was affecting, but we didn't know the word about stress so much. We didn't know the word about depression. We didn't know about the word mental health back in the day. But now it's the forefront because every day, you and I sitting right here and we have mental things going on in our life, mentally. So mental health is a big thing. And people are talking more and more about it. And you see employers are now trying to figure out ways to help people to deal with what's going on, the workplace burnout.
And I have to agree from a general point of view, Claire, that women tend to be more stressed than men. Because if you check from the home structures, normally, or generally speaking, the man would go out there and just make
the money.
Work. Mm-hmm. Even in terms of having to do the budgeting and to purchase groceries in the home. And ladies, sometimes I wonder how they really do it, and I know that it's a stress. Just having to prepare meals on a daily basis, that in itself alone is stressful for ladies, and especially in our society in Grenada where food it's very limited, and every day they gotta think about what we're gonna prepare for meals. And I recognize that, so I know, ladies, I admire you all, for having.
Well, thank you so very much.
No, yes, I do get emotional. Because
cry.
I do. No, you won't see me crying. But no, it's just the harsh reality today, and I do give you all props when it's been dissolving.
So here it says, working women have always faced unique challenges, but workplace burnout is more than stress. This person that wrote that blog says, I've covered the differences between stress and burnout, share common triggers for women, and the warning signs your women employees are burnt out. It also gives you some tips on how to help women overcome burnout at work. So it is not something that they do not know. They use the word unique challenges, because there are a lot of us that goes to a home, as you say, the men come, they go to work, and they come home, and they may see things to do, but it's not clicking in the head that I should start doing this. So when my wife or significant other comes, then we already started it. They sit there, they might pull out the newspaper, if we have newspaper, or they're on the tablet, they have a beer, and they sit there. So then the children are there, and they're talking, Dad, this and that. Not now. But when the woman comes home, then this is what she has to just pick it up and run with it right there.
I have to admit, from a general point of view, when the man comes from work, he feels that's where his duty has ended, and he might just take a shower, and he goes down the road, he goes down the block, he might go out, have a beer, while the lady, her work starts first thing in the morning, and
goes on
last thing in the night.
Let's take a commercial break, and we shall be right back.
If you're looking to improve or maintain your health, look no further. We have a general practitioner right here on Main Street, Certes in the Quasi. Dr. Guerra, a gynecologist and surgeon who specializes in women's health. She offers lab tests, blood, pap smears, prostate cancer, and stool tests. Consultation for pregnant women from beginning to end. Surgeries, which includes hysterectomy, tying of tubes, vaginal shrinking. You can also call for an appointment at 423-3352 or our landline at 444-4272.
M&M Hardware Limited, Hope St. Andrew and Dusty Highway, St. George. Shop conveniently for all your building materials, including plumbing, electrical, lumber, cement, steel, and much more. We manufacture roofing sheets available in 11 colors, aluminum windows, doors, insect screens, and hurricane shutters. Installation services are available for all our manufactured products. Our opening hours are Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., Saturdays, 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. M&M Hardware Limited. Come on in and experience our affordable prices, or call us 444-6757 or 440-6757 Dusty Highway. Email us at info@mahonhardware.com or mnmdusty@mahonhardware.com. M&M Hardware, foundation to roof. Let's build together.
Prepare for hurricane. Make sure you have your radio and your batteries too. Waterproof flashlight, candles will do. Tin stuff, garbage bag, first aid kit. Come on people, make sure you have it. Clean water in a container and a hurricane plan. Hear me no man.
Hurricane damage is beyond your control. Surviving the aftermath is up to you. Have a hurricane plan. It can save your life and your family too.
Prepare for hurricane. Your hair, prepare for hurricane.
The Grenville Cooperative Credit Union, the credit union of Grenville, takes you where you want to be. Feel secure with the Credit Union of Grenville, taking care of all your financial needs, including savings, loans, mortgages, and sound financial advice. Serving you with branches on Jubilee Street in Grenville, Lucas Street in St. George's, and coming soon, our Grandstand sub-office. Call us on 442-8602 or visit one of our offices. With Grenville Cooperative Credit Union, your financial security is guaranteed.
And we are back.
Yes, we are back.
Well,
yes, so I was making a point clear just before we went on break that ladies walk in the home start the first thing in the morning it starts, and then they end the last thing in the night, you know. You have to get the kids ready for school.
The kids,
Not kids, the children.
Okay.
Get the children ready for school, you know, chop them off, find a way to work. In some instances, they still have to pick them up, you know.
It is
concern about the safety while, because some people, they have to bring them on their job site, so they have to oversee them, you know, once they are of a certain age, so they have to pay attention, try to concentrate on the job while they still have to look at the security of the children. And I know it's really not easy, man. It's not easy. So I could understand why they be burnt out, and they still have to save some energy for.
You make my eyes just roll. Thunder just rolled in there.
As I say. So they work that first thing in the morning and last thing in the night.
I wouldn't know about that. Whatever you say. Cynthia Bartholomew.
Oh my goodness.
Somebody PP3 on the WhatsApp says good morning. I don't know who you are, but good morning to you. Now, we talked about tips to help women go through, burnout. It says the progression of burnout. Stress can cause you to feel disheartened or frustrated, but can be improved by slowing down, problem solving, or taking a vacation. Burnout, however, is a feeling of chronic, unrelenting stress accompanied by intense negative feeling such as hopelessness, exhaustion, and disillusionment. Motivation dries up and obstacles may feel insurmountable. The word stress, just the word stress, does that to you. It is said that stress is the number one killer, and it's no joke. Sometimes you go to the doctor and you're telling them that this is hurting you, that you're feeling this way and that way, and they do all kinds of tests, all kinds of stuff, and they cannot come up with anything to pinpoint what is your problem. And guess what it is? Stress.
Yeah. Yes.
And it makes you feel all kinds of way that is not right.
Yeah, stress could make you become very miserable. I had some experience of it, I'm telling you. I know what it is like. So, you wonder, Some people say again, stress do cause them to put on weight, while some cause them to lose a lot of weight.
It causes different, it affects you differently. Some people, when they're stressed, they eat. And it doesn't matter what they eat. You see them with a tub of ice cream and they just shoveling scoop and scoop of ice cream inside. They eat anything that they see inside. It's not that they're hungry. It's not that they want to eat. But whatever it is that we are going through, we just think that is the best way to calm it. So we eat. Some drink. Some smoke like chain.
Yes.
One after the other cigarette, just flying out their fingers like that. It's not that they're sick with something, they're just distressed and they don't know how to deal with it. So this is how. I really get stressed. When I stress, I clean like a Viking and I bake and I do all kind of thing. Yes. That's me. But I don't.
So that's how your stress take effects of you.
No, that's why I combat my stress.
Okay.
Yes. And then, I call the power meeting. I'm like, hey, I'm going through this. What do we have? You understand? We have to learn how to deal with it. And as I said, I'm talking to us women today, because we are the one that bears the brunt of a lot of stuff, the workplace, the home, just anywhere at all.
Yeah.
It says the pandemic and the great resignation have taken a toll on all employees, but women are even more burned out now than they were ever a year ago. Burnout is escalating much faster among women than among men. So if you have women on your team, be aware. And we're talking about to the employers now. Be aware of what women are facing these days. The pandemic, that COVID thing, it not only create havoc on people's body, because a lot of people lost their lives during COVID. A lot of people got COVID, and some of us have long COVID. It's not ending. And for those of us who did not really get the COVID virus, this is what we have. Burnout. Because the workforce has declined because a lot of people, as they lost their job, a lot of people resigned. They say, I had enough of that. A lot of people who are on the cusp of resigning in a couple of years or 3 years or so, they resigned right after COVID. It happened to the pilots. It happened to the people in the restaurants. It happened to people in the MTA, the TTC, all organizations that had people working for them. They retired early, right after COVID, because of the mental stress that they were going through. They cannot deal with it anymore.
Yes, this COVID thing had real havoc in
and still is
many different ways. And even in the situation where we had the lockdown clear, I understand there were a lot of disputes that erupted, you could say, among family members, because they are not accustomed in normal times of having to see each other within close space, even if they happen to be under the same roof. And that had created some problem for some families.
Early in the pandemic, when you were glued to your TV watching, well, what is this and how is it affecting people? I remember I was watching, and France, they had to rent hotels to separate families, husband and wives, because husbands were abusing wives, wives were abusing husbands.
Yes. Yeah.
And think about it. If you're having marital issue and so at home, you had that freedom of living every day and go to work, leaving the house. Sometimes you come back when you just want to go to bed and sleep.
Exactly.
Think about it. You're in a home, you're under lockdown, we're fighting as it is already, and I'm watching you and I want to take you out.
Yes,
you want to take me out.
Yeah, the kind of rage and thing that could be existing within.
And it came full force during the COVID. So they had to rent hotel rooms to separate people because a lot of people were being domestically abused.
Yeah.
And this is what COVID did to a lot of people. The divorce rate went up the road because we couldn't stand each other.
Yeah. You're right. You're so correct about that.
Well, it's not me. I'm saying what research shows.
Well, yeah.
I don't just open my mouth.
You're making the point, so I have to. Right.
So it's something that happened within the 2018, 19, 20, 21 down the road.
2020.
It happened it started in 2018, I think February, March of 2018.
Yeah, but I believe they were really fully aware in March of 2020. Yeah.
Well, that's when it became a pandemic.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, because when it just started, nobody really knew, or if they knew, they didn't say what it really was. We heard of the elderly that were dying in different homes and stuff like that. And they were saying it's nothing to panic about. And you heard the word pandemic, nothing to panic about. And then it just took the high road and it's gone. And every country in the world had a touch of it. Then it became a pandemic. There was no safe ground for it.
No, that pandemic.
To be quite honest, I don't even know if I had COVID. I didn't suffer with it or anything, but the way it was going, maybe I was asymptomatic. I didn't have any symptoms or anything, but I'm not putting it past me that I had it.
Okay, I tell myself I probably got COVID and I wasn't even aware.
That's what I'm telling you, because not everybody, they didn't make everybody sick. Although I took every precaution that I possibly can. I wear the mask, I wash my hands, well, I'm a clean freak. If it's just that, I just did everything that they asked to do. So I did it, I went over and above with the cleaning thing. I had gel in my bag, I had wet wipes, I had mask, I had it all. And if I find you looking a bit strange, don't come around me, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I stayed away. So I'm not saying that I didn't get it, but nothing proved that I had it. But the havoc that it reaped on some people, even people that did not get COVID, the effects of it was the mask. You see the nose start making all kinds of black things on their face because some people are allergic to the material of the mask. It not only made you sick in that outwardly, your physical appearance got blows too.
Yeah. Well,
So this is what it did for us women during the pandemic, and it's still having a rippling effect on us right now. It says the pandemic, it says according to McKinsey Women in the Workplace Research, 1 in 3 women say they have considered downshifting their career or leaving the workforce in 2021, compared with 1 in 4 who said this is a few months into the pandemic. So additionally, 4 in 10 women have considered leaving their company or switching jobs, and higher employees turnover in recent months suggests that many of them are following through. So they said it and they are doing it. They are leaving the workforce.
Yeah.
We have a shortage. Let me tell you, jobs that you couldn't find before the pandemic, you're getting jobs now. Because a lot of people decide that during the pandemic, I'm opening my own little business, I'm going to do it from home. Employers are maybe cheering themselves and giving themselves a tap on the back because they're saving money for rent and so, because a lot of people are working at home. But again, those of us as women that are working at home, it is not a benefit for us.
Why do you say that?
Okay. If you start work at 8 in the morning or 9 in the morning, you're not getting up from your desk at 4. And you're not leaving your desk at 5. You catch where I'm coming from?
That's at home?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because once they have something to do, they will sit there and get it done because they don't want to start the day with the same thing that they had yesterday. So they are not getting paid for it per se, but they are doing it because they don't want to face the stress of having to do it tomorrow. So even though you're working from 8 to 4, that's just the normal working hours, 8 to 4, but you do not leave your desk where you're sitting there at 4 unless you are a disciplined person.
But I think some people, because of the pandemic and they started working from home, some prefer to continue that way. But I believe some, again, prefer to go to the workplace. They do the work and then they know when they're done with that.
Because it's an outlet.
Yes.
That's what I say, 8 to 4.
Yeah.
That's why I said working from home is not beneficial for a lot of women. Yeah. I know I have 2 friends that work at home. And when you're working at home and you make a call to the office to speak to someone, they don't even answer the phone. Because they too are stressed taking the calls from you at home. And you cannot do anything because you're not seeing them to talk to them face to face. The phone call, and if they don't answer, then you're tired.
Yes, and it's like the same thing with meetings, because I remember having to have a lot of meetings, Zoom meetings, and yes, you're sitting back in the comfort of your home, but that is the time when I believe I used to be mostly distracted from the meeting, rather than having it in our headquarter buildings. As it was, face to face. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And you see the thing about it, you in a meeting, and I know there are a lot of people that work at home. They don't get there 8 hours because they, as you say, distractions.
Yeah.
Because some of them do have their children at home and they have to sometimes stop to go. It is not conducive to good health. That's how I look at it. I prefer take the long trip and go to the workplace. It is comfortable. You can walk in your pyjama at home. You can do whatever. But at what cost? What does it cost to you and your mental health? Wait, no, just a phone and walk in.
The number is 4420175, and that's for both the landline and the WhatsApp. Yeah, we expect a lot of calls from ladies today, Claire. Let's just let them give their experiences of how they've been burnt out in different ways.
And it doesn't have to be women that are going to work. You can be right home, and be burnt out.
Yeah.
Right inside your house, not working or anything. Because as you mentioned before, the price of groceries has gone up and keeps going up. We have to every day think about, what am I cooking today? What am I feeding my children? Where am I going to get the money to do this? I have $300 here. I have to pay the electrical bill. I have to pay Nawasa. I have to pay this. I still have to pay for groceries. I have to buy medication. So it is a huge stress on women. And men, a lot of men help. They do. A lot of men have their women back. They will do things to make them feel better because, as they say, a happy wife is a happy life. So them get the memo and they helping. Because if you want to see a woman real bad, let her having to take care of the children, do the dinner, do the laundry, and hubby is just sitting there in La La Land on the phone. Well, when are we meeting to go have a beer? Oh, I'm going to check you guys later down by the bar. Sitting there making that plans, and wifey just sweating and slaving and so. That's when you're seeing the true color, the true grit of us women. If you're not there and we're doing it, fine, you're not in the picture. We ain't seen you, we're doing it. But the minute you step in and you're not doing anything to help, all triggers going off.
Not all women, though. Not all.
Oh,
some.
Well, you haven't met all women.
Some.
Well, some, yes.
Yes, so.
Some women, and it is something that we all talk about. Because most husbands or boyfriends or significant other will come and sit and have a beer and just sit there and listen to whatever it is, talk about whatever it is, and they expect the lady to put the dinner on the table and say, "Hon, dinner is ready." If you ever see that movie called Bringing Down the House where Steve was moving, somebody might get the moving thing too.
But Clay, there are two situations here.
Tell me.
If the lady of the house, or the wife, however you want to term them to be in such case, they don't go to work. They don't get up and go to work. They're always at home.
Mm-hmm.
So I believe these type of ladies would do it without really, because they probably feel the man is already going out to work to do the earnings, right? And they're seeing it that their duty now is to do this thing in the home. In a situation where both the husband and the wife, or the boyfriend and girlfriend, are working, then I believe that should be a different situation, because both going out there and both expect to be tired from being on the job, So I believe they have to come together and do certain things. But I don't know, that's just how I'm saying it. What do you think?
So you're saying I'm at home working all day because I'm not working, I'm not in the workforce.
Yeah.
Do you know the hardest job on planet Earth is a woman, a homemaker?
Yes, but also too clear. I believe if they organize themselves properly, they could find enough time to get rest in between.
When you say organize, what do you mean?
Well, like your plan as to how you go about doing your domestic duties. You understand? So you don't fight to do everything in one day. So you might set aside. You say, okay, well, you will do some cleaning today. You might have a next day for doing your laundry. But then again, some women want to do everything on the same day and then they complain so much. But I believe if you you segment it, then it could be much easier and you could find adequate time to rest in between as the hours of the day progresses.
Well, let me ask you, are there children in that house?
Well, the situation, it may or may not have children. If you have children, yes, I know the level of commitment in that to deal with would increase. Mm-hmm. So I understand that. Hold on. But then sometimes the children go off to school, right? So they still have some time. Don't fret to say. Well, I see you looking at a comment and laughing, Claire. Don't fret to say what's coming.
I'm going to read it. Oh my. Please stop now, sir. It doesn't work like that.
It doesn't work like that?
Nope. That's why I'm letting you hang yourself. Honestly. I'm letting you hang yourself there. You can plan aspects of the homemaking. You can't. Let me tell you this. When you're...
Claire, we have a call.
You want to die? You want to die? We coming back. Let me see. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Mona. Tell him.
What just are defending themselves for?
Huh?
What are defending them men and them for?
No, I'm not really defending them.
Yes.
Mona.
Yes. Yes, you're defending men. Some men, they're lazy. They want some water where they sit down on the chair. John, bring me a glass of water, please. You just do that gesture. Because I find you defending men.
No. I don't do that, Miss Moon.
What? Gesture. Housework more than if you go and make 10 days work, yeah?
Tell him.
When you're there in the house, Jester, you turn right, you turn left. You seeing something to do, you know. And like you can't sit down. You have to cook, as you say, you have to wash, but you have to plan it. But when you have children in the house again, Jester, you have work than work to be. All you go to work, all you make a day work, all you come back, all you get food on table.
Tell him, Mona, tell him.
All you relax, all you have all your phone and are in the kitchen and stand up. Jester, let man and women put hands and heart together and work. Help out each one another. Woman, one can take all the work and you sit down on chair, you joking up your phone, you have your papers in your hand, you reading, and a day, I'll back hurting, I'll foot hurting after I'll stand up.
But
don't defend all yourself. Walk.
All right, Miss Mona, thank you very much for your contribution.
Go and help. Walk to in the kitchen. If she preparing the food, you could clean up the dishes. Or you could sweep out. Or you could mop. Help.
Tell him.
Help.
Tell him.
Woman need help. Okay, just to have a blessing. Don't defend.
No. But on a serious note, it have some women that take the pleasure in doing that.
You have it all wrong. That's why I'm letting you go on. No, let people make the comment. Yeah. Listen, it says homemaking is constant. At times doing the same things twice and 3 times in the same day. And it's no joke. Especially if you have children. And let me tell you, plan your day. You know how much times I just plan my day and something just spoke in my wheel and I just have to leave it. I have no children, I live by myself. But you still have, and you know, I'm the master planner. You know, I plan things and I just execute. But sometimes things happen and you just have to leave it. So imagine those of us that have children at home and you saying we could find time to rest. You are never a mother. And you are never a woman, so you would not understand. You can sympathize with us because of what you see us do. But there are times when you have young children, and they're babies, and your hubby goes to work, your significant others go to work, and you're at home with that baby. You say to yourself, okay, when they go to sleep at that time, because you cannot time, you give them a bath early because you know you want them to take a nap. You give them the bath. And you're doing their laundry, you're doing the cooking and everything like that. By the time you decide, okay, they're sleeping, maybe it's time for me to come and get a rest, and you hear the bawling.
For young babies, I wasn't thinking
for children in particular. Yeah. And as they grow older, at the age of 2, and so they become even more inquisitive. They're all over the place. Mothers do not get time to rest at all.
Well, Claire, at that stage with the very young children, I can understand because the rate of supervision, I mean, it's a high rate of supervision that you have to. Look, I was listening to news the last time and I heard about a 3-year child that got burnt in a pot of lentil in Trinidad, and so.
You see, it's not that the parents is not paying attention; just turn her eyes away.
Sometimes in just one, So I understand that. You know, I do understand that. In that instance, I was most speaking of children, like let's say, like 8 years, 10 years they go off to school.
Yeah, but they still need all the attention because it's even worse now when they're 10 and they have, as they get bigger problems. Sometimes you're home and they come and again we have to pay attention to our children, and mothers do. Most of us mothers do. When your child comes from school, you have to look at the demeanor of that child. And then you become a psychologist, you become the teacher as well as the parent and everything, because their mood swings go from happy this time to they're depressed. And when they say that children at the age of 6 committing suicide also, you should know that it is not an easy thing for children these days. And we as parents has to pay attention to what's going on. And most of us mothers do. We can tell, we have that gut feeling. We can tell when something is totally wrong with our children. And again, we are working. Even though we are working at home, we are not getting paid for that. But it is one of the hardest jobs to run a home, Jester.
Yes, I understand that. I understand that too well from a lady's point of view.
Sometimes you go to someone's house and things are thrown all over the place, and you're saying to yourself, that woman home all day and she have a house like that? We never put our foot in that shoe to see what it is that she has to go through. That's why her home is like that. Because you take a man and you might put him into that same position for half day. They happily calling you, babes, any amount of money you want, I'm giving it to you. Come back and take your job.
Yeah.
So it is not an easy thing.
Yeah, there are certain things that men don't want to have to deal with at all when it comes to...
Product Sylvester, good morning. No, and you see, I believe, as you said earlier, that if we sort of come together and say, the household is this. If you want for us to be able to have some time separately or together, we have to plan it together. Man as well as woman. You don't expect me to just sit there and say, okay, I'm going to work and I'm bringing you the money. You might even give me the money in my hand, but that is not it. It's just money. It is not about my mental health or any, because if you do care about how I feel when I'm home by myself, you will do something different. You will help.
You want him to go shopping with you?
No, not necessarily. No, not necessarily.
Because that is one I can do.
Listen, I don't like shopping myself. I don't like grocery shopping. I go because I have to. I have to eat, so I go. And let me tell you, if I go grocery shopping and I know what I want, I just go to the aisle, bang, 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 and I take it. I wouldn't buy anything. Yeah.
Well, you're just one in a million.
I don't graze aisles, and I don't do. That's why I don't spend. And I make a list. I go through my pantry, see what what I need. I go to the fridge, see what I need. I know where they are in what aisles, and I just go get it. I don't spend any extra money because I don't peruse to the aisle and say, oh no, maybe I need this. I don't need it because it's not on my list. So I don't like grocery shopping. But I go because I have to eat.
You are one in a million of women.
No, it has a few of us.
That is not.
It has a few of us. It has a few of us.
That is not enough. That's why if I have to go with a lady, go make your shopping. When you're finished, call me. I come and pick with the groceries or with whatever you go to purchase. But this kind of thing, where ladies just want to go in from store to store from now.
No, but you see the thing about it now.
Can't make it.
We have a call. But let me make that point. Call, I'm coming to you. The thing about it is not that we want to go from store to store, You see the thing they call sales? There, sometimes on our grocery list, and in some of the grocery stores, they have the thing that we need is on sale. So if what I'm buying, let's say I'm going to buy, I want to make lasagna, and ground beef is on sale at Price Chopper, and No Frills has it at the regular place, I'm going to go to Price Chopper to get it. Because it is on sale. I'll save a couple dollars that I could use to buy something else. Now I'm going to lock you. I locked you in WhatsApp, and I'm going to take the call here, and then we're going to come back to each other. Don't hang up. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
How are you?
I'm okay.
Good.
Good morning.
Just don't let them people tie you up, Jess.
You?
Calculating the amount of time them just spell watching soap opera, Jester. What's wrong? Don't get this thing twisted, Jester.
Goodbye.
Claire will tell you that the man finished making his point.
Yeah, but just so you realize, running from it now because it is a reality.
I don't watch soap opera, so it's not me.
Women spend, Jester.
Mm-hmm.
Most women who are quote unquote what you call housewives, they spend 80% of the day in front of the television, and nobody disturbs them. But when the father comes home and he pulls the newspaper or the iPad, what people speaking about it, the children will disturb him because they're home now. But nobody disturbing the women. They're home alone.
So let me ask the question here.
And then when they
Hold
sit
on,
on the home alone, they're complaining just about, oh, it was hard. Yes, it was hard sitting on the chair all day.
Okay, so you make your point, but hear this. There is a word called multitasking, and we are very good at it. We could be watching the soaps, as you say, but the laundry is being folded, the cleaning is being done, the closets are being arranged because we can multitask. This is not what we are talking about. We are talking about we need help when you come home in the evening instead of sitting there and watching us do things. No one says you cannot watch a soap opera, and nobody says that all women are doing the same thing. We are not painting every woman with the same brush.
I said 80% of the females.
Yes, and that is high. That is high because I could be at home.
That is hard work for them. That is hard work for me. Oh God, I work all day. And
okay, so let me ask you something. When you come home, do you see the evidence of being at home? What the women does? Do you see evidence of it at all?
80% of the home that is being that where women are doing this thing. When you reach home, that is why there's a fight.
Because
they have nothing to eat. They don't cook. They don't do nothing. They don't even do
the 80%. The 80%.
That is going to work.
The 80% of us.
80% of the 80%.
Goodbye. You are very unreasonable. Why did you call?
On a serious note, the caller, I believe, is making a very significant point, and it may not be happening in each and every instance, but certainly things like that do happen for sure, Claire. And you can't turn up like around that.
And I just had to help you here, just
you help me. Cornered now, man.
It was like Mike Tyson against Buster Douglas. They broke in a corner and you can't move.
Well, it's good. It's good you come to me rescue then.
That's Pirates of the Caribbean. That's it.
Thank you.
My thing is, the focus here is on women burnout.
Yes.
Yeah.
But the focus should be on people burnout. Because, mind you, some of the men, the distance they have to travel and the type of work that they do, when they come home, all they need maybe is a glass of water and to go and lie down.
Yeah, but in the beginning we did establish that people do burnt out in general, but Claire says she's focusing on the woman and today. She did say that.
But at the same, my thing is, at the same time you focus on woman burnout, realize man burnout too.
I did make that point also.
Don't sit down there and let them do some jam you in the corner.
Them.
Yeah, well, them.
Goodbye. I'm cutting you off right now. Goodbye.
Thanks very much for your contribution, caller. Yeah, but the caller made a valid point. And
I don't
point
expect you to say anything different.
No, but it's true. I mean, yeah, that happens in some instances.
Listen,
man.
I'm not saying, and you never heard me said that those of us that do not do anything at home. You heard me say that sometimes you walk into somebody's house and everything is all over the place. And maybe that's not because they are looking after their children or because they don't have time to. They just don't do it. They do not have that gene in them to keep their place clean. As well as men. It happens to both sexes. But I'm saying that those of us that are really genuine in what we are doing as women, we do face burnout. And all we are doing is asking for help.
So
somebody says someone sound guilty. Somebody call us some guilty of what we are talking about. That's why they call in and lambaste us women. But
no.
I'm not.
No.
The point is that women do face burnout. And from the get-go, Jester, you said that you admire women for the job that they do.
Yes.
And it's not that we are trying to put down men in any way or form. We have a caller. Good morning.
Good morning. Interesting topic.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Only 1 week ago, I remember, I'm not a person that look at African, but I was looking through Facebook and I saw this little video where this lady at home looking after the family, cleans and do everything. They have 2 boy children, they go to school. When the husband came home, before he could open the door and say good afternoon, he slapped her. And he's like, you're not cleaning my house and you're not doing what you're supposed to do. She cried and said, am I not cleaning the house? And it was cleaned. That day or 2 later, she left the house. She packed a bag and she went maybe to her parents' home and didn't return. When the husband walked in and he realized that the house was empty, when the children came home and they asked for something to eat, he didn't even know how to start to prepare it. And immediately remember that if my wife was here, she would do that. He couldn't handle, not even a ramen. And the lady purposely stayed away for maybe about a week or 2. And when she came back immediately, she began to apologize. And he rushed to her and asked her to just, shh. And he apologized because now he know the importance of this lady being at home to take care of the home and take care of the meals. It's just as important as he going out to work to bring the money. And you talk about multi-purposing. There are ladies that don't sit at all, that don't watch the TV. The neighbors just have to say, well, you could take a rest or time to take a rest. They go to the garden, they feed the animal, they do the chores. Just the same. I'm not saying that, you shouldn't be a helper to the men or, you need time or sometimes just to relax, just to focus because just like the men, you are a great support, you're a backup, you help to make things happen in and around the family, and they too need each other.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Yes, one of the previous callers said 80% of the women, what I would agree with the 80%, 80% of the women might be watching the soap opera. But the thing is, are you watching it and neglect your homely duties? I don't think that 80% does that. And I have to be honest.
Thank you so
but
much.
no, I'm a realistic person. And how does the statistics come? I don't really know how it comes about by saying that, really. But
she mentioned, this caller just mentioned Africa.
Yeah.
In some tribes in Africa, the women build the houses that they live in. They cook, they look after their children, they do everything, and the man comes home and he just sit and wait for food.
Do we have a call? I think we have a call.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Of course you do have a caller.
You again?
Yes.
Well, very. This.
You have time?
You see a lady I called it?
Yes.
A lady I jump
because she hit it right on the spot?
No, she don't hit it right on the spot. So how come you could do so and you could pick up and you could go and it's okay?
She just wanted to prove a point.
Well, prove what point?
That I'm needed and you don't appreciate who I am.
When you...
But he didn't have to slap her.
What did he hit her for?
He did not have to slap her.
I didn't hear the part that
he slapped her as soon as he came in. He slapped her and said, you're not cleaning my house.
But she shouldn't even let it get to that level,
What level?
Clean the house and stop watching soap opera.
But you know, the people don't even know they have a TV in the house or anything? You're just assuming.
She need to take care of the house.
Oh. Go see what you can do with yourself.
She's a housewife,
He didn't say that. Housewife doesn't mean that you have to be a slave inside there.
No. If you are the housewife and the man is providing everything that he needs to provide, and you don't have to work, you don't know how much. Well, you know how much, but you don't know the amount of labor you have to put out to buy a panty. Because everything coming out from the man part.
And maybe that's not what she wants.
Well, go and get.
You never listen. There are men. There are men out there that refuse to let the women go out to work, and according to what tribe or what culture you in, they would not let you work.
If a man out there refusing to go and let his wife work, that must be something that they would have agreed on from the beginning.
Well, okay.
It didn't come up just so.
Okay, so hear this.
So she like it and she go into it.
So let me ask you a question. Times gone by, it was easier for one person to work and survive in a household. Jester, is that true or false?
Could you repeat it?
Times gone by, it was much easier for one person to work and maintain a household.
Well, of course, to me, it's always easier, even up to today.
For one person to work? Say I'm your wife, and just say that just let it pass because I'm not your wife. Say I'm your wife, and I'm at home, and you used to go, you working and you bringing the money home. Is it easier today, or is it harder for one person to work to maintain a household?
Oh, it's harder today.
Right. So if you started earlier in the life saying, okay, I want my wife, I want you to stay at home, and I am going to go to work. Times have changed. Things are getting more and more expensive. It takes two persons and sometimes more to run a household efficiently these days. So by saying that she's a housewife and she should do the thing and they make the plan to stay home, that is out of the window. You took wings and it flew.
May I say something, please?
You have the phone? Go ahead.
Thank you very much. You.
As in who?
As in you. Sister, myself, and anybody who is within 10 feet of you right now, ain't know nothing what it costs to have a home long ago that you're speaking about. You don't know. So you don't know whether or not it was easier then.
Well, people that I speak to and conversations that I've heard, it was easier for one person to work in a household and the household survive. Now it is difficult because you have different things to take care of, so it's become more difficult for one person to work and bring the money home and go through everything.
Correct. That's not necessarily.
It is correct.
That's not necessarily correct. Ask Jester.
Ask Jester what?
If he's able to, as a man, take care of a woman in the house without her working.
Jester, can you? No, answer the question.
No, it will be difficult.
Why is it difficult?
You ask him the question, don't put words in his mouth, he answers.
Well, of course, Andrew, if I'm bringing in $500 and she goes out there and she's bringing at $500, it only adds two. But if I only bring in my $500,
I'm going to tell you something and I'm not going to call back. Woman work for $1,000. Man work for $1,200. End of month, man do so and give woman $700. Woman now has 17, man has 5. Goodbye.
I don't think it's happening in all instances, but it will have instances where it's happening, Clay.
Okay.
The thing is, and I agree in some instances that are happening.
Okay.
But I don't.
Let's put it this way: woman works for $1,000, man works for $1,200, right? Man gives woman $700. She has 17. Okay, we get that. Think. Food has to be bought, clothes has to be bought for the children, bills has to be paid, and everything like that. And if you are a frugal, self-thinking person, you will do a saving. When the times get tough and we have nothing, this is where the other part of the $700 comes into play.
But I'm wondering if when you talk about the amount, what he giving her, if it still remain on the onus of the man to take care of certain bills in the house.
That he didn't come up with that. That's not what was said. I'm not entertaining.
But very interesting conversation this morning.
I don't know because I'm saying women are burnt out.
I think we have a call coming in.
Yes. Oh Lord, the other one.
Yeah.
Good morning. Good morning. Hello. Hello.
I think we would have had on the line, man.
No, it's on the WhatsApp. And it's not going.
One coming in on the landline.
Or the thing is jammed in here. Let's see. It's call back. Call again, Mr. Trippies, because I'm not hearing you and I don't know why. And I have you locked in. Yes. So it is an interesting conversation. Yes, I have a call. Good morning.
Good morning, my dear. How are you?
I am good, thank you.
Good morning.
You didn't say good morning to you. You know they say good morning, my dear, so that means they're attacking you. Let's go, please. Thank you.
Come on, stop it.
Yeah, listening to the gentleman who spoke about the woman is a housewife. He has the same mentality as some of those African men that think the woman is just the maid in the house, the Cinderella. And you have to do everything. And then at night when they go to bed, he still want to work. So she don't have a feeling, she don't have a time to rest. And with responsibility, is shared responsibility. Even though both of you are working, you have to share the responsibility, bills to pay, take care of, food to buy in the house. These are things you have to plan for. When you get into that relationship and you want to live together, you have to make sure who paying the bills, who buying the food, and share the responsibility with the children. Because it's both of us once you have children involved.
True.
So depending on the woman putting some pressure, what happens? She's a pressure cooker.
And about to blow. And about to blow.
Some men just think women are just there just to work and supply their need, their desire, and have no time out for themselves.
Thank you very
You
much.
understand? He have to help clean the house. He has to take the broom and cobweb. He have to learn to do something. He have to learn to do some laundry too. If she falls sick and his clothes there for washing, he gonna up or take out from a sick bed and come to wash it. He have to learn to do something to shared responsibility. And until men don't take that in their head, shared responsibility will always have problem in the home.
True. Thank you so much.
Yes, Claire. Do we have a call coming in again? If we have any calls coming in.
I'm taking the calls if they're coming in.
All right. That caller there was very passionate.
Well, somebody said he still needs the positive caller before needs to stop watching African movies. The thing is just, I am not saying that a lot of us as women don't do certain things that we shouldn't be doing when we're at home. I'm not saying that. But the majority of us do take our jobs seriously to look after the home and our children and even the man in the home, because if they're closed, they have to go outside there. This thing is, I'm coming caller. If you are at home, you have a significant other, you have a husband, and you're at home and you watch that man walking the street dirty, it is not him. They're saying, you want your jester clothes dirty? Clean washing jester clothes and have jester walking the street dirty. You understand where I'm coming from?
Okay. Yeah.
We have a call. Hold on. Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Good morning, Clifford.
And good morning to the gentleman.
Mr. Bridgman.
No, it may sound controversial with what the gentleman is saying, because he's not totally right, and he will never be totally right. But there are women who neglect their work in the house and study other things. And there are men that do little and nothing, and they want to just designate rules and regulations. That is true. Right, wrong. I got up this morning and I swept out my bedroom. I swept out the kitchen and the veranda. I sharpened a cutlass in the veranda and I swept out the veranda. I did that already for the morning. My wife goes to work and she works a little bit distance because she works quite in Pleasant. And when she comes back, work that she's supposed to do, I don't really get in and do it. In the first case, I don't like sharing food. If I have to share food, I share food for myself. But I don't believe in taking out 2 and 3 person food. So from very young, that's a habit I have. I don't believe. And I don't believe in my wife telling me I'm going to cook pumpkin soup, and when I come home, you cook something else. That gets me totally annoyed. If I don't know what I expect when I come home, I eat what again. But then you tell me is that I expect to get. I leave wherever I come from, come prepare for that. You tell me it's rice and peas today, and I come and it's not rice and peas, I don't like that. If our scheduled time for food is, let's say, 1 o'clock and 5 o'clock, you ain't cook it because you were doing something else, you're washing or doing something else, I will get vexed. I ain't going to do you anything. I'll get vexed. Because I think we have to be able to balance our domestic work. And a lot of people, both men and women, cannot balance their domestic work. And therefore it causes a lot of problems and friction within the family. You have to know when you get up in the morning what is to be done. What is first thing, what is second thing. And some people, when they get up in the morning, it's like they frustrated their thing, especially if you have children that are giving you problems. And I do have children that give me problems, so I know what it is. But people must know what they have to do. And this idea about you, there are people that, okay, they have a nice story, so they want to watch a nice story at 10 o'clock or whatever. But you must be able to put your job, put your work ahead, or be able to time up back. But if you want to sit down for 3 hours, and then you have one hustle to do this and hustle to do that, it is not going to pay out itself as you expected. So it's a vice versa thing. Both men, both women. I wouldn't, in terms of the money, I will never tell a woman what to do with her money. But I know have to do certain maintenance in the home, and I'll do that. I'm responsible for the repairs of the home, for window break, this, that, the other, electrical fittings, the thing. I'm responsible for that. We must put our money together for groceries. And your personal money that you have, you could do what you want. You could buy what you want. It doesn't make a bit different to me. I will spend my other money. If I have $50 or $100 in my pocket and I want to go down the road and have a pet with it, that is my money. That is my money. If you're going out, you tell me you're going somewhere and you're going somewhere, and I am not aware of your whereabouts, it's just that you're going somewhere, you have to put in your money for that. If we plan to go somewhere together, I am going to substantiate for it.
Okay.
And that's how I see that. And this is not just saying something. It is a truth. It happens.
Thanks, Clifford.
But I know that there are some women and some men too that don't know where they start and where they end.
All right, thank you. Okay, bye-bye.
Thank you, Cliff.
Now, Jester, we have to take a commercial break because we haven't taken one for a bit, so let's go.
Ozone really gets it clean. Get with the Ozone family line of products. Ozone liquid laundry detergent. Perfect for your semi or fully automatic washing machines. Yet suitable for your hand wash. Soft on your hands. Ozone disinfectant cleaner. It's the most powerful disinfectant and cleaner with a long-lasting fresh scent. Tackles every job around the house or office. Ozone detergent powder and ultra soft fabric softener gets your clothes clean with a natural freshness. Keeps your colors bright. Choose from the wonderful scents: soft flower, ocean breeze, and the new aloe vera. Keep your kitchen sparkling clean with the Ozone dishwashing liquid, Ozone sponges, and cleaning cloth. Ozone toilet bowl cleaner removes lime scale and kills germs while giving your toilet a refreshing scent. Ozone really gets it clean. Marketed and distributed by Calico, Frequente St. George's, and are available at shops and supermarkets nationwide.
Do you know, when you play the games of the National Lotteries Authority, you are supporting sports, culture, and nation building in Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit-Martinique?
Hi, I am Junior Murray, cricket coach, sports enthusiast, and a former West Indies cricketer. I endorse the games of the NLA 100%. For the past 40 years, the NLA has been funding many sporting activities, including competition for schools and clubs, and for athletes to participate in overseas tournaments such as the Carifta Games and regional cricket tournaments. Additionally, they made it possible for you, the public, to view local, regional, and international tournaments from the comfort of your homes. For those reasons, I play the game of the NLA. Even if I do not win, I know Grenada always wins.
Yes, when you play all the games, the NLA in turn supports sports, culture, and nation-building activities throughout the Tri-Island state.
Why pay full price for your mobile when you can pay half? Just bundle your home internet and mobile services with Flow and save 50% on your mobile bill. That's money in your pocket every month. Plus, now you get free YouTube and WhatsApp data. And you can share your plan with up to 3 other numbers. Upgrade now and get a free smartphone. Switch and keep your number. Learn more at discoverflow.co.
Where you walk, what you say, when you talk, where you go, where you walk, what you say, when you talk.
Jester, we are back with a bang, bang, bang.
Yes, we are back.
So,
you know, and Claire, someone on the live, that's the point I was making. Someone on the live was saying, I can relate to all what's been said. I raised 7 sons with a husband and I found time to rest.
The husband helped. The husband helped because the husband helped. And so she could find time. I read it too. Yeah, the husband helped.
You really trying to keep it to yourself?
No, I was going to come to it. You see, the thing is, like I said, we have to learn to prioritize. And for both women and men, we have to learn to prioritize. And if you're going to do something or you have some things to do, you plan how you're doing it. And don't get me wrong, sometimes things happen in between that you have to just stop. And if you have to come to a full stop, come to your full stop, breathe, and then start again. But it is not a constant thing where you're always not doing anything and the house is dirty and it's kind of... And I cannot see how 80% of us could leave our house filthy and just watch soaps opera. I can't see that. That is a very high percentage of us to do that. That includes me and anybody else who is anybody, 80%. That is 20% less than 100% of the women. That it's a bit
80%
high.
is high.
And well, I would love to leave my house dirty, honestly. I would really love to. But I can't see myself doing that. But you know, I'm always cleaning all over the place. I'm always cleaning. And the thing is, sometimes, as it says, mentally, you are not there. You cannot bring yourself to do the things that you want to, because the stress factor that you're going through is hampering you from getting a lot of stuff done. And if you have nobody to turn to, call, I'm coming to you. If you have nobody to turn to or nobody to talk to, then it becomes a mire of everything together. You cannot function properly. Good morning.
Good morning to you, CJ.
Good morning, Miss Matheson. How are you?
Oh, I'm not too bad. I'm doing better.
Good morning, Miss Matheson.
And good morning to you, my darling Jessica. Are you good?
Yes, I'm good. Good to hear you.
And thank you for you to give me such a wonderful program. I enjoy your program, a fantastic program. Going back to grassroots, talking about the family.
Very interesting this morning.
Very, very, very interesting. It's a reminder, making me think I'm going back to my days of my youth. Well, just to say, right, I grew up with my parents, and I never see my mom alone in the kitchen. I saw my dad work very hard. Even when he comes from work, he will do the washing up. When we come from school, he'll take the dinner out for us, and then my mom will pack the bag and go out later. And he will always do the housework, especially on a Sunday. He'll make breakfast for us because he works 6 days a week. And on Sunday, he'll make breakfast, and I mean big breakfast for us. And we'll share it, even bake bread. He will even cut up the maybe the chicken or the lamb for Sunday dinner. My dad will clean up the house. You know, take like a bucket every Sunday, like a ritual. He take a bucket and water, detergent in it, and clean all the doors and windows. And he said, it's not about the money, it's about keeping the family together. And it's not one person must work, everybody must come together. He says, as long as you have strength to do it, because He say, God didn't make me by myself. He gave me a helpmate because the work was too much. And I said, oh, Dad, we're going back to the Bible. He said, yes. God take a rib from me, and he made your mother. He didn't take her. He didn't take the rib. He didn't take the bone from my head or my hands. He take it from the side of me. So she'll always be by my side, and I want to keep her by my side. And even when I got married, now my husband he helped me. If he didn't help me, I don't know what would have happened to me. Right now, I'm in my bed because I'm not so good. My family came down from London this weekend and Japan, and they came. All my family's there with grandchildren. So therefore, I need help. But I did quite a bit yesterday, and that's enough. Because you know my situation, and that's enough. And he's in the kitchen preparing now. You have to join together. Family must knit tight together. It's not about the mother doing so much or the wife doing so much for the benefit of the children. We all must chip in together. When I have my work to do, even by my mom, when I was a teenager doing my work, I know my little bits and pieces. We didn't have a lot of luxury and appliances like today. It was the days gone by. Everything was manual work, hand work, sweeping. We do all those things. My sisters and them we do. And my dad will come and he will do, and my mom will do. But she will always cook the Sunday dinner, but my dad will do preparation for it. So I don't know the things about him. Man must do it all alone, or women must do it all alone. We are sharing. We share it. And therefore the family could grow together, a united house. So united we stand. Because if we divided, the whole house would fall apart. The children will fall apart. So we don't get quarreling. If one of them become a little bit lazy and they don't want to do it, my dad will say, what happened? You know what you have to do. Just go and do it and get it done. And once you do that, we sit down, we all watch television and laughing. My dad play with us and, playing games with us, Monopoly. That's what we knew. And he did quite a lot. So it's not about money. Money is there to keep the family together, because if we don't have, one of us have to go and look for it. My dad will go, my mom will go, and then I started working. So I made a heavy contribution to the household. And therefore, Christmas time come, I look after my sisters. I didn't have any brothers. I look after my sisters. 7 of us in the family, and we all get on well. And we always have our meals on time, 3 meals a day. We come from school, and the dinner is cooked because my mom is at home, and my mom is cooking the dinner. My dad go to work, but when he come, he take his dinner out himself. Yeah? And when he take his dinners out himself, and he will do the washing up. I said, Dad, I'll help you. He said, no, I'm here. I'll do it. So
thanks, Ms. Matheson.
I go with this lovely thought in my
Thank you very much.
Wonderful. God bless you.
Have a lovely day, Mrs. Matheson.
You too, about God.
All right.
It is 9 o'clock or 3 minutes at 9 o'clock, and we have the news right now. Let's go.
Triple N. Informative, entertaining, and first. Every hour on the hour.
Welcome to the latest news update as produced by the Northern News Network. The details when I return.
M&M Hardware Limited, Hope St. Andrew and Dusty Highway, St. George. Shop conveniently for all your building materials, including plumbing, electrical, lumber, cement, steel, and much more. We manufacture roofing sheets available in 11 colors, aluminum windows, doors, insect screens, and hurricane shutters. Installation services are available for all our manufactured products. Our opening hours are Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., Saturdays, 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. M&M Hardware Limited. Come on in and experience our affordable prices, or call us 444-6757 or 440-6757 Dusty Highway. Email us at info@mahonhardware.com or mnmdusty@mahonhardware.com. M&M Hardware, foundation to roof. Let's build together.
Welcome back locally. More educational opportunities are being made available for the people of Carriacou and Petite Martinique. The University of the West Indies Open Campus Grenada is collaborating with the Ministry of Carriacou and Petite Martinique and local government to offer certificate and degree programs to residents on the island. In the region in Barbados, the Wesleyan Holiness Church has developed its own child protection policy, and after a number of years, it has now been published. This year's conference saw the presentation of that document, which is 241 pages. District Superintendent Reverend Dr. McCathin Hines spoke to the document. The policy was lauded by Minister of Labour, Social Security, and the Third Sector Colin Jordan, shared some thoughts on the policy.
It contains the protocols, it contains how we should deal with children, how we should relate to them, whether they are youth camps, on the school, vocational Bible school, what have you. If they become sick, they need to go to the bathroom, how should you deal with them or what have you. I'm sure you will agree with me that some of those were not issues 30 and 40 years ago, but today, because I think we are a little ahead of the government, or we're miles ahead of them. But it so happens that their bill is going to be put into Parliament and discussed in a couple of days. And I think what I listened to, what I read of their bills so far, and much of what we have here, there's a lot of similarity.
It devotes some attention to the fact that those persons who are recruited, even though they're screened, they also need training. I noted the code of conduct, and there is a two-person rule referred to in the document as well. And that is a very, very safe approach. As a matter of fact, from my faith background, when we are out in the field, we go 2 by 2, as Jesus sent people out. In my canvassing, in my political activity, I've realized that is good training, because you can get yourself into a lot of trouble if you go alone. Sometimes there are people, they're looking to put you in trouble.
Around the globe, WHO authorizes second malaria vaccine for children.
The World Health Organization, WHO, has recommended a second malaria vaccine for children, which could save hundreds of thousands of lives by plugging a huge supply and demand gap. The new R21 Matrix M vaccine, developed by Britain's Oxford University and manufactured by the Serum Institute of India, has already been approved for use in Burkina Faso, Ghana, and Nigeria.
Areas with seasonal transmission, it reduced symptomatic cases of malaria by 75% in the 12 months following a 3-dose series of the vaccine. A 4th dose given a year after the third was shown to maintain protection.
Nearly 500,000 children in the African region die every year from the disease. In 2021, WHO endorsed the first malaria vaccine in what it described as a historic effort to end the devastating toll the disease has on Africa.
Well, I think this is great news. We still have a major challenge with malaria, with over 220 million cases and around 600,000 deaths a year. And those are, majority of those are occurring in children under the age of 5 in sub-Saharan Africa. Now, we already have one licensed malaria vaccine, and that has been implemented in 3 countries so far and is starting to be rolled out next year in several others. One of the challenges has been the supply of that particular vaccine. So having a second vaccine available with similarly high efficacy, but also that has available supply and is priced at a level that makes it a cost-effective intervention, is really going to have a dramatic impact in sub-Saharan Africa.
The UN Health Agency on Monday also endorsed what it says is the first effective vaccine for dengue, another major disease carried by mosquitoes.
And in sports, the Australian Open will become a 15-day event for the first time in 2024 in an attempt to reduce the number of late-night finishes at Melbourne Park. The tournament's scheduling was questioned in January after Andy Murray described his 4 a.m. finish as a farce. Now the Grand Slam has added a day and will start on Sunday, January 14th. This ends the latest news update as produced by Triple N. I am your presenter Maxine Antwine, thanking you for joining us.
Triple N. Informative, entertaining, and first. Every hour on the hour.
Step inside. Immerse yourself in colors that come alive.
Color by Seasons.
Let your imagination run wild. Surround yourself in a world of color.
Color by Seasons.
Endless inspiration. Bold expression. Bold expression.
Color by Seasons. Seasons. Express your style with Color by Seasons.
M&M Hardware Limited, Hope St. Andrew and Dusty Highway, St. George. Shop conveniently for all your building materials, including plumbing, electrical, lumber, cement, steel, and much more. We manufacture roofing sheets available in 11 colors, aluminum windows, doors, insect screens, and hurricane shutters. Installation services are available for all our manufactured products. Our opening hours are Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., Saturdays, 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. M&M Hardware Limited. Come on in and experience our affordable prices, or call us 444-6757 or 440-6757 Dusty Highway. Email us at info@mahonhardware.com or mnmdusty@mahonhardware.com. M&M Hardware, foundation to roof. Let's build together.
The NLA is giving you more chances to multiply your Playway winnings by adding Multi-X to your regular Playway bets to win up to 5 times more. Imagine winning as much as $1,200 instead of $240 with a $10 Playway bet by simply adding Multi-X. Place your Playway bets from $1 to $10 or in increments on your favorite Playway symbols or numbers. Then add the Multi-X option at the same value to win 2 times, 3 times, 5 times more, or free plays. With Multi-X, you must bet the same amount wagered on your regular Playway bets for your winnings to be multiplied. Grenadians, value your dreams and win your way as much as 5 times more with Multi-X added to Playway and watch your money grow. Must be 18 years or older to play. NLA, making your dreams come true.
Just like that, we're back again.
Wow, that hour from 8 to 9 fly.
It had wings, fly like an eagle. So, I'm going to put up a couple messages here so that people can see what the other people on the live are saying. So, this is one. Let's go to this one here. It says, members of historically excluded groups where people encounter biases based on their identity groups, example, women, people of color, LGBTQ+, can become knights in sometimes futile effort to overcome other assumptions. Tips to help women overcome burnout at work. What's a leader to do? He says, be aware of the workplace and personality-driven triggers affecting your women employees. Here are some ways to help women avoid workplace stress and overcome burnout. Be a champion for work-life or balance. Champion structured workplace policies and benefits that protect and prioritize work-life balance, such as flexible work hours, guardrails around off-hours communications, remote work options, and paid leave. These have become especially important during the pandemic when daycare or schools may be closed. So, they're giving you things as to what we can do, what women can do to combat, or what employees can do to combat burnout in women, right? So, this is what they say. You have to challenge and do flexible work hours, like some coming from 8 to 4. If you have long, like a factory, you have shift work. Because some places have 24 hours, work around the clock. Some coming from 7 to 3, some start at 3 to this, some start at, Lorna works, it's a 24-hour shift,
Yeah.
Because they produce notebooks and exercise books and binders and so forth for country, the whole of Canada and other countries.
Oh, okay.
So it's a 24/7 thing that, well, she doesn't work that way because she has hours to work. But, you know, these are some things that they do at those places.
So it's real, it's 91.9, 91.5, www.derelfmgrenada.com, Mental Health Tuesdays. And this morning we are discussing burnt out women.
Yeah, women and burnout.
And the numbers 4420175, and that is for both the landline and the WhatsApp.
Mm-hmm. Sunny Isles says, I always say, only when you acknowledge what is, only then you'll be able to make meaningful change. And that is true.
Say that again, that word repeating, Claire. Let's say it again.
I always say, only when you acknowledge what is, like what is right now, only then will you be able to make meaningful change in the life. So if a husband and a wife at home with their children, and only the wife is doing the whole thing, looking after the children, the cooking and everything, and the husband is not there. He's there, but not there. When he acknowledges what his wife does, only then he'll be able to make a change to make the life better.
Yeah. Well, I think that is obvious in itself. Well, the thing is, Claire, sometimes you got to find ways of helping ease up the stress or the burden on the woman in the house. You know, so sometimes you'll find me at times, I'll take my little boy and go somewhere with him, you know, because she always have to be supervising, and that is a way of helping them as well. But I just want to go back to a point that a caller was making before. Do we have a call?
No, it's not.
Okay. What I realized...
We have a call now.
Okay.
Let's see. Good morning. Hello? I wonder why 7. Let me see. Good morning. The WhatsApp line is not working. I don't know what's going on.
So we have issues with the WhatsApp.
Yeah, it seems so.
Okay.
Good morning. I don't know why WhatsApp is not working. I'll see if I can get Dugo to check it and see what's going on here for me. Call back. Let me check. Let me have this check, and then you'll call back in a little bit. Yes.
So yeah, Claire, I was making the point that I think it is absolutely critical that we as parents, groom our children, and not just the young girls, boys as well, into getting involved as to how to do domestic work.
Well, when we were growing up, everybody at home knew how to do
this
that.
is very serious, because what you realize taking place these days, a number of children locked up in a room with their gadgets, and they pay no heed, and sometimes some parents not really realizing how important it is that they should indulge these children, and to have them doing certain domestic things, because at the end of it all, they can suffer. And I know of a guy today as we speak, what tend to kind of suffer along that line. Yeah, he's in America. While he was down in growing up, he never used to pay attention or have any interest in doing certain things in the home, like how some of us, the other boys in growing up were doing it, like I could have washed my clothes, and it's such a beauty when you wash your clothes, you put it up on your line, and you can, when it's dry, Claire, you pick up your clothes and you fold it, and that was at a very young age for me, and I started, in growing up by CJ there. And today, yes, you have made a lot of money. Things went here, he and his wife, and now certain ailments creep in, and you have to prepare certain foods for yourself. You can't eat anything, and that is not the case with him. He just have to accept what he's getting, and he's not getting the right type of food. You know, so it is important, parents, that you let your children get involved and teach them doing certain domestic things in the home, how to cook, how to wash. And everything I do, not just with the wash machine, you know, Claire. Yes, how we have known it to be. Yeah, it's important that they do all these things. Learn to clean, because you never could tell how things will turn out for them in life later on.
Lorna, try calling again, and I think we are okay now. Try again. Yes, so, yes, and that's the thing. As when they teach our boys and so to wash, they're saying, so no woman wouldn't cut style on you, as they say. That's the thing that they teach. And I know my brother and everybody, they could cook.
But then again too, and if we do that from a very early age as parents, then now you probably could have more men that becomes a husband later on, because they have been groomed in it in growing up. They will have more interest in assisting the ladies at home in the domestic work. But if they don't have a clue as to what, then they wouldn't have no interest.
We have a call. Good morning. Hello?
So the WhatsApp again?
Yeah. It should be better now, but I'm not sure why it's not coming through.
The call is not
Which one? Let's see.
Yeah, that's the issue then, right?
Okay. Are you hearing me now? Hello?
Hello?
Hey.
Yeah.
Yes, you're hearing us now. Go ahead.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Jester.
Good morning to you, Lorna.
To the listeners.
Hold on a second. I'm taking serious offense to that. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Jester. Top university here.
All I will say to you, Lorna, before you start, finally. Finally. That's all.
Go ahead, make your point, Hush. Go ahead, Lorna.
So my comment is, now I agree that if the woman is not working outside the home, that she should be responsible for most of the housework. But in a balanced way, she still should not be like overworked or, be overwhelmed. But if she's working outside the house, then it should be shared. Both husband and wife should be sharing the housework. And so what the wife or the mother has to do, if she realizes that she's maxed out, she's overwhelmed, she's burnt out, she has to speak up and ask for help, whether it's at home or even at work. Because at work, if you don't speak up, you will continue doing whatever they ask you to do. They will think everything is okay, and you will just get more work and more work and more work. So you have to speak up. And then you have to make time for yourself. And I know, Claire, when you're here, we do a lot of that. You have to make time when you leave the housework, you leave the work, and you can just have time to do something that you want to do. And in that way, you can, get more energy, even to go back to the work or to go back to home. But if you just continue on that cycle, you will just find that you're just burnt out, and eventually it will affect your whole life. So you have to be able to say no. Sometimes somebody asks you to do something and you realize, well, this is not the right time and I need to do something else. You have to be able to say no, because saying no to somebody is saying yes to yourself.
True.
And then so you have to take care of yourself. So I thought I would call now because I have a meeting in a few more minutes. So I'm glad that I got through. So this is my contribution for the day.
Thank you so very much. You too. Take care.
Thank you so very much.
Yep. So as always, Lorna is always on the ball with her points. Now, I don't know if you could put this in front of your camera there and let me see what we're saying. Just as you do. Don't press anything. Just put it in front of your camera.
Like this?
Yeah. Up. Come on, up. Yes, bring your hands so. So this is Toronto crew here. We go out for dinner, and that's what Lorna was saying. When I'm there, we do that. We find a place to go, and we go and sit down and chat and give all kind of stories about what is going on. So that is my peeps there. And I think we have a call. Let's take it. Good morning.
CJ. Good morning, CJ.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm good. How
Yes,
are
sir,
you?
good morning.
Good morning to you.
Yeah. You know, CJ, I always say, and I will continue saying, when someone take a lady to be the wife, you take a lady to be a wife, to love her and to cherish her, to take care of her. And one of the ways you can help take care of her, by sharing the burden that she carry, sharing it, helping her share it. So if she carrying 100%, you should take 50 and she takes 50. You share it. And because I will continue saying, I will say again, Shiji, as a man. Like God said to the man, you're going to provide. Yes, the woman might have the home taking care of the family. But that don't mean say she will continue taking care of the family and they not go down and get a job. Because we had the concept also below that when a woman is home, like she walk in. Because she taking care of the man's children, she taking care of her children. Right? And she had to make the home right, clean up the home, that what she does. Right? So for men to sit down and say that the woman doing she working, that's not true. The one working hard. And many of the women at home, housewife home, they clean the home. When also then you clean the home and you don't satisfaction to the man, you complain. Well, also instead of complaining, if you find that you're done properly, take it and clean it. And see again, something I always say again. Any man that sit down, yes, we go out and get it for him and bring home the food, and wipe the bench back, walking outside, doing that, and he sit down watching TV. When night time, that woman should go inside a room for herself, sit and lie and sleep, lock your room. But if you want to, when night time reach, enjoy, you do what you have to do. Share the workload. So when both of you are tired and I go making love, the love will be sweeter. But when she tired and you rest for the whole day, this is unfair. This is unfair to the woman.
Okay.
Right? So that's my...
Thank you. Okay. All right. Just so the comments are coming hot. The thing is, and that's all we're saying about women burn out. We are. A lot of us are. And just you ever really walk in the street or just sit by sometime and watch some women walk on the road? Or just watch them. And you could tell. That everything, they're stressed and they know what to do. Their body is telling them something that they're not listening to.
Yes. Just the role of being a mother alone, you have to nurse the child. You might, or while you're doing that, you still have a couple elder ones that you have to carry to school. You have to pick them up. You have to,
as I said.
It's not easy, man.
A homemaker, a housewife job is the hardest one on planet Earth. And no one can dispute that. A lot of us forfeit doing it right because of the stress that we go through. We did not plan for it to be that way. So when it happens, it's like, I cannot do this. I'm throwing in my towel really early. So you see children or with their grandparents or somebody else that feel sorry for that child take up the role as that child parents because a lot of us clock out. But the majority of us who are there for the long haul, it is a hard job. A very, very hard job because we don't only do the physical things in the house with the children, we also do the mental things.
Yeah, and I would like to recognize at least two women. I know for a fact that I always raise them. I lift them up.
Call, I'm coming to you.
Because I know how stressful, how burnt out they were, but they stuck to it. And the children, I mean, who is the doctor now, who's doing very well. You see, Resil Gilbert, hats off to this lady in Mount Craven. Show Me White, oh my gosh. These two, there are many others, I suppose, but that two immediately come to mind all the time.
Stick up in there, we have a call. Good morning.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, remember there is the wives, well, most of the people who was calling is talking about the wives of the 80s and the 70s. The wives of today they're different. Because here we're going on, the mothers and the parents teach them to be doctors and lawyers, so they don't teach them much about cooking and washing. So the men now who are marrying these women, these modern women, are having problems.
Mm.
These women who cook in ramen for the men when they come out to work, men are having problem with them. The washing machine, some of the washing machine are in the house just watching us. The stoves are just in the kitchen, just watching us. We ain't getting a proper meal because I seen it for myself. You know, there's a lot of men who come out to work and have to come home and cook for the same woman that is home. So there's a difference between wives of the 80s and wives today. Wives today, they ain't doing much. They ain't doing much because the moms and the parents are teaching them to be lawyers and doctors. They ain't teaching them how to cook. They ain't teaching them how to wash proper piece of clothes. Because washing machine can wash up the clothes, you know. I know it for myself as a man. I see it for myself. I'm a single dad, and I see it for myself. So men are having problems with the wives of today. The wives of the 80s and the 70s and the early 90s are different to the wives of the 2000s. Thank you.
Thank you. It is.
Clay.
He has a point.
Yes,
he has
he
a
has a
point.
point.
I'm not going to deny that at all. He has a point because
definitely
ramen is something that you throw in hot water and it just bubble up and that's string and noodles. That is not a meal.
That is not nutritious kind of.
And yes, they have made things or invent things to make our lives easier. But as it says, some of them in the house, they're like ornaments. They just stand there because the stove is not being used. The washing machine is not being used because, as it says, the wives today, they're not being taught to be wives. Yeah. And Miss Olivaci made a point. She says, I believe before marriage, we should try to find out about each other's background. Sometimes it has a lot to do with how we behave. You cannot say it any better than I'm thinking it. Because we know that there are a lot of mothers and so that are raising their sons and so to just, well, in the Italian race, let me put it, the sons never leave home. The mother is always doing stuff for them. And if they happen to get a wife and marry, the wife is doing everything in the power that she knows how to. And it's, my mom, this is not the way my mom do it. This is not the way you did not marry your mother.
We have a call.
Yes, we do. Good morning.
Of course you do have a call. Thank you very much for coming back.
Again, you said you weren't going to call back.
Yes, I said, but I had to call back and see. You see what I said? Do you understand?
What did you say?
Just say, no backing up, boy. Just say it's a waste of time. Just say we got to examine you to find out what is your status, you know.
What? Okay.
There are evidence of it.
Are you calling to make a point?
No, I'm calling to say that the lady and what you've been saying, well, what I said first.
That?
That's what I said first.
Which is
and
what?
You guys, and which you threw it out the window.
Which is what?
You threw it out. No, just what you just said.
What I believe marriage should be to find out which
what
one.
The lady, you were reiterating what the lady before you spoke about. You're reiterating before me spoke about. And it is exactly what I was saying to you. You see, here's what happens. If you don't teach and people don't learn, hello?
Goodbye.
And it is not as if before. I mean, let us be honest here. Before, the years ago, it wasn't a situation whereby the husband came home from the mountain or wherever he come from doing a day's labor for somebody or whatever. It wasn't a situation that he came home and did work. It was the norm that he comes home and he gets his meal and him and the lady, they sit down and they talk and everything like that because she's a housewife. This thing about your name of your program again this morning, what is the name?
Burnt out.
Burnt out. This thing about burnt out is because women have not, in this day and age, women have not learned how to manage their time. And therefore, they're talking about burnt out.
Okay.
They need to learn to manage their time.
Now, there are those
when
of us...
you have in a house these days, you don't have to go and look for wood to cook. Your stove depleted, stove on. You don't have to go in the river and wash. Your washing machine, you throw your clothes in the washing machine, it almost drying it for you. Do you understand? So you don't have to sweep the house every day. So tell me, if the woman is home, how is she being burnt out?
We weren't only talking about women that are at home that are being burnt out. We talked about the office. We talked about different things. Because we're saying that there are women that are working in offices. They look after the children. They do the things before they go to work. While they're at work, they still have to find ways of how the children is getting home, what they are going to give them when they get home. And when they get home, they take over that same job, and that is what the burnout we are talking about. There are those of us, yes, that stays at home. And you must be right about a lot of the things that you're saying about they don't have to go and cut wood, the washing machine is there to wash, and everything like that. But we are talking more about the women that are outside working and they encompass the whole thing.
I believe the caller making reference to, let's say, maybe a retired woman now that lives for herself.
I'm retired, I'm retired.
And not working anymore. I think we are making the point.
I'm not talking retired. I'm saying that women have not figured out how to manage their time. And when you talk about the women who are home and they're thinking about what they're going to prepare for dinner, or they're thinking, hello, are you telling me that there is no conversation between the male and the female?
That could happen.
Or hold on. Or is it possible that that person is a single parent?
All that could happen.
If she's a single parent, then you're a men single parent too, they get burnt out.
If you were listening at the onset of the program, I said men are also burnt out. We have a lot of Mr. Moms in this world because they're single parent looking after their children. They go through the same thing as single women does. And you can be at home.
And tell a lady from Resus who want to come after me. It's not me that make the wall, you know.
Nobody's coming after you. No one is coming after you.
Morning she jumped after me.
Well, she's not a frog. What you jumping after you for?
Don't worry.
Goodbye.
Wow.
You see, I think you take it to the other extreme where you're thinking about people. You're concentrating on women alone that are home. This is not what it is about.
Yeah.
It talks about the women that are working.
And then still have young children to deal with. Yeah,
and come back home and have to deal with the young children.
Yeah.
And even when you're home as a single person, or you and your husband, or you and your significant other, you still have to worry about what you're cooking, because not every day you cook the same thing. There are days that you say, okay, I don't feel like eating this today. What can I pop up in my head to cook? It is a tough thing. And I say kudos to these single men who are Mr. Moms.
And the caller is saying that if you don't think there is any discussion with the man and the woman as to what meals to provide for the day. But in most instances, generally speaking, the man will be just up and out and expect that the woman will just cook.
But is that right, though?
Some women, because to help make it easier on the part, they might say, honey, what do you feel like eating today? Just a thing. But not normally that would happen. Generally speaking, the man will just go about doing it, and it's left up to the woman to prepare meals.
Okay, so it's left up to the woman to prepare meals.
Yeah,
like Clifford says,
speaking.
If you want pea soup and you come home and your wife say making pea soup, you don't come and you don't get pea soup, you mad. Now, there are a lot of us that are picky eaters, right? I may say, I'm cooking this today. I'm cooking pasta today. You don't like pasta, but when you come home and you see pasta, it's like, I ain't like pasta, and you're upset more than ever because I cook pasta. Yeah. So if you do not have the conversation as to what it is that you like to eat or whatever, and some of them will say, anything you cook, I'm going to eat, and they lie. That is not true, because when you cook what you have to cook, and the complaint comes just the same way too.
Yeah, but I believe if the man feel like eating something special, he wants something specific, he shoots because the woman is not a mind reader.
I'm not a magician. I don't make things come up from the hat like that and say, oh, I think he wants to eat that today, I'll cook that today. Say, have conversations, because if you don't have conversation, you don't go anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, oh my goodness.
Come on, ladies.
Gracious.
We're talking about us today and the burnout. And there are women at home that can stay at home and be burnt out because they go from morning till night. They have an on button, then have an off button. Because they move from this to this to the... And housework is never finished, Jester.
But Claire, right, quite right. I believe the woman nowadays who's supposed to be burnt out really is those that have the added responsibility of having to take care of, let's say, babies and then still the 2-year and the 3-year-old. But if it's just a single mother being at home, and as the caller previously stated, if you manage the time properly, then you really should not be burnt out. And I really do believe that.
Yes.
Yeah.
But women are not the only one that do not manage their time properly for anything. Do you manage your time properly?
Well, I try to. I may not be perfect in doing it.
Okay. So you see, it's not only women. Men don't manage their time properly too. Because most men will tell you, I'll come in 5 minutes. 5 minutes become an hour. But that is not managing your time.
We don't. Remember the emphasis is on women.
No. Why are you dodging? Why are you dodging? Yes, the emphasis is on women, but I'm saying from both sexes. Yeah. Everybody has to learn to manage their time.
I find you just want to shift the goalpost.
No, I see no goalpost.
Yes,
I think not the net. The goalpost standing and we're moving the net. No, and yes, we have to learn to manage our time. Now, you made a point earlier that says that women like to do everything in one day. There's a reason for that, because if you have a house and you're cleaning your house, you clean that room today, you leave it. You don't clean the kitchen today. So you clean it one day at a time. By the time you finish it, you have to go and start cleaning the room that you cleaned earlier, So when you do it one shot, you clean top to bottom, all corners, you give the deep clean. Maybe next week you wouldn't have to give a deep clean again. You just do the maintenance. But when you start to clean the kitchen today and you leave it, and you clean the bedroom tomorrow, and you clean the living room, it is just, I think, for me personally, I think it doesn't make any sense. So when I'm cleaning, I'm going gung-ho. Everything at the same time, we're finishing. That, done. And when you finish, you say, okay, you're looking okay, and you move along. But when you do it piece by piece by piece, it really actually defeats the purpose.
That too may depend on the size of the house, the size of the space you have to deal with. But
well, then,
again,
yes, it's true, but then some of us have too many things in our house that we take so much time to clean. If the material things that we have and all the knickknacks that we have that we don't need to have, because believe me, it just collects dust. And you have to do more work to get it clean. If you have it, or they call it, be a minimalist. You have small things, but you make it grand. It's big. It's live a minimalist life. Do the little things and make it big.
So Clay, how do you make mention of your group, your ladies that do associate, come together?
You heard Lorna talked about it
right.
too.
Is that a way and means of how we all do get rid of maybe some of the stress or the burnt out kind of thing?
Well, yes.
Is that a way of somewhat rejuvenating?
Yes, and that's why I always say you have to find a good support group, whether you're a man or woman. Good support group. Because it's who in this world that do not have a bit of stress these days, who do not go through stuff? Who?
What sort of conversation that usually come up on your meet like?
Huh?
You heard what I
Well, wait a minute here. Okay.
You do.
Conversation.
Men talk do come up, yeah? Must talk about
men?
It. Yeah.
No.
Please.
You asked me a question. I'm giving you the answer. Men, when we go out, when we plan and we're going out, say, Friday, when I was in Toronto, it was hard to get everybody to come out at the same time because everybody I'm the only one with all the time in the world. You understand? I'm there and It says, okay, what day do you want to go to class? I said, hey, listen, I'm easy. Any day you all have, just hit me up and I'm good. So there are days that Annie couldn't make it, Yutlin couldn't make it, Jenny couldn't make it, Lorna couldn't make it. Everybody is different things. So I said, okay, when you're all ready, when everybody get together, to say, okay, you clear plan it then. I said, okay. So I called them up and I said, hey, what days are you free? What days can you be free? And they tell me, and I said, okay, we book a restaurant for a group of 5, a group of 6, and we go. And we talk about ourselves. What's going on in our lives?
Only ourselves?
Only ourselves, because it's all about us. It's about us. It's about us. Nobody else checking in or anything, because
well, you all are a very different group.
We are a unique group. We are. We don't talk about anything. Okay, if you have children, they will ask, okay, how this your child, this one is, Yutlin has Clinton and Sheldon. I have Malka and Candice. Lorna has Daniela. Jenny has Katura, Raven, Joe, and she has a little grand, and I have a little grand. So we talk about things but anything else, nope. It is all about us. We talk about if Jenny is catering, I am the sidekick of Jenny. We talk about things that affect us as women in our lives and how we could make things better for us. Nobody else. Everybody else on the back burner then. When you go home, you pick up your thing again and that's it. But it's about us. And that's what a good support group is all about.
Yeah. Okay.
But I showed you the picture. Didn't you see all of us? Around the table, we just chilling. No biggie. We there. We just having fun. And then look at us. You see, these are the unique group.
Yeah.
See? So, yeah, because if you're going to talk about the thing that stresses you, besides yourself, then it doesn't make sense you go in and decompress, as they say.
Yeah.
No? So you talk about you talk about... And that's the thing, you know, when you go out to places like... So them Lorna and I go by ourselves. We hit we like the Olive Garden. We go to the Olive Garden, we sit, we eat, we chat, and then we get up and we go. We drive, we go different directions. Sometimes Lorna drop me off home and she goes and I drive and, you know. So you can do it individually or you do it as a group. But it's all about you feeling good about yourself and the people around you are A-OK. Women, as they say, the women power.
I know normally once a group of men gather, woman talk would definitely come up.
Well, yes, because you're on one track mind. We know.
Even on construction side, just name it.
We are very.
But
we are very unique in our situation.
Then just for this particular group, don't tell me it's not happening. Otherwise, it always.
No. I'm only talking about me. I'm talking about my peeps.
Yeah, all right.
We talk about all kinds of stuff. We may talk about sports. We may talk about things, but if the thing that is affecting you, you want to talk about it there. Tell me how funny. You just change your night forever. You get depressed there. We're not going there for depression. We're going for decompression.
So you're always looking to throw men on the bus. Technically, that's what you're doing, right?
Wait.
Technically.
When?
Technically, that's what you're trying to do.
I'm asking you a question. Don't tell me technically. When did I bring up men in that situation, in that conversation that I was having with you?
Because what I'm gathering from what you're saying is that once you bring up that topic about men, that is stress.
I didn't say that.
No, you didn't say it in so much words.
Your children can stress you, Jester. Your workplace can stress you. We try to not think about the thing that stresses us out. When we meet together, sometimes we go for walks. We go to the gym. So on a Saturday morning, we go to the gym together. You know, Yutlin's son is a fitness instructor. We go to the gym, we work out, and we chit chat. So then we meet at a mall. We just chill. And you see the thing about it. Like I said to you before, the group of women that I hang out with, I have no fear of saying anything to or doing anything around them. Because we got each other back. I said, if I'm broke right now where I'm sitting, and I pick up the phone, and I say, hey, Lorna, I need 5 until next week. Lorna wouldn't say, but Claire, what you need 5 for? Nope. Not a question any of them is going to ask. They just tell me, pick it up at Western Union, or pick it up at MoneyGram. These are these. Because you see, I don't have lots of friends. I don't. I choose the people that I want around me. So when those are the ones that I have around me, they are for life.
And they are very fortunate. Anyhow, let's take a break. I think when we come back, it's just to wrap up the program. I think it's the appropriate time to take a break. I mean, you're the host, but I just advise you.
Well, you could say whatever you want. That's all right.
Where you walk, what you say, when you talk, where you go, where you walk, what you say, when you talk.
If you're looking to improve or maintain your health, look no further. We have a general practitioner right here on Main Street, Certes in the Quasi. Dr. Guerra, a gynecologist and surgeon who specializes in women's health. She offers lab tests, blood, pap smears, prostate cancer, and stool tests. Consultation for pregnant women from beginning to end. Surgeries, which includes hysterectomy, tying of tubes, vaginal shrinking. You can also call for an appointment at 423-3352 or our landline at 444-4272.
M&M Hardware Limited, Hope St. Andrew and Dusty Highway, St. George. Shop conveniently for all your building materials, including plumbing, electrical, lumber, cement, steel, and much more. We manufacture roofing sheets available in 11 colors, aluminum windows, doors, insect screens, and hurricane shutters. Installation services are available for all our manufactured products. Our opening hours are Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., Saturdays, 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. M&M Hardware Limited. Come on in and experience our affordable prices, or call us 444-6757 or 440-6757 Dusty Highway. Email us at info@mahonhardware.com or mnmdusty@mahonhardware.com. M&M Hardware, foundation to roof. Let's build together.
The Grenville Cooperative Credit Union, the credit union of Grenville, takes you where you want to be. Feel secure with the Credit Union of Grenville, taking care of all your financial needs, including savings, loans, mortgages, and sound financial advice. Serving you with branches on Jubilee Street in Grenville, Lucas Street in St. George's, and coming soon, our Grandand sub-office. Call us on 442-8602 or visit one of our offices. With Grenville Cooperative Credit Union, your financial security is guaranteed.
Chester, would you believe that this month is going to be 1 year since we started that mental health program?
Already?
Time flies.
Just making know how quick the year.
So hear me now. I am going to be the beggar. I am begging. It is a year and the mental health program is still rolling. It is getting better and better every week that we do the topics. Now, I asked last week about sponsorship, and I'm begging anybody out there, it could be 2 or 3 persons, to sponsor the mental health program so that your ad will play exclusively on that program every Tuesday when we have it. I said you can sponsor it for a month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, up to a year. We do need your help to keep the program going.
Yes, most definitely, Claire. And this program has becoming more and more popular based on the feedback I'm getting. And we also have to recognize this is the only program I know on the radio that is consistent with it. It's not just a one-off, you know. And mental health these days in the world is a very, very serious issue, you know. And it's global, Claire. It's global. Mm-hmm. If you realize a number of the international countries and they are placing emphasis on mental health. Mm-hmm. And I think we here at Real FM is taking the lead in charging Grenada, you know, in championing the cause. So that I believe is very important. But we need your help, right? So that we could continue to bring this program to you, you know, and to the many listeners and viewers out there, so that they can. It's very beneficial to them in listening to this program. They learn quite a lot based on the feedback I am getting. So we do need your help in terms of sponsorship so that we can sustain the program.
Yep. It is 9:52 inside the studios of Real FM. Let me say good morning to Dr. Dubois. I know that you're listening. Good morning to Portia.
Dr. Julie Dubois?
Yes.
Oh, you know, she have this big thing as she's been inducted.
Yes, yes.
Oh, this is so touching, Claire. Oh my goodness.
She's a real good person. And everything. Congratulations to her.
Yeah.
And
big congratulations. Yeah. That is something to really be very, very proud of as a Grenadian. Yeah. Claire, we no longer. How can we be considered still as a dot on the map?
Well, I did say, if you listen to the word minimalist, we are small in the dot on the map, but we do great things. So that's it. We are minimalist.
That dot has been extended.
No, the dot is
the
dot the way the dot is. The dot is small, but what comes out of that small dot is what is important. So this is it this morning. Burnout women. And as I say, it doesn't have to be only women in the home. Most we are concentrating on is the women in the workplace and how they are surviving after when they leave the home in the morning, get the children prepared. If they have no children, their husband or themselves, go to the workforce, do their work, come home and do the same ritual, like a vicious cycle over and over. And regardless of who we are, we do go through those stressful times in our lives. I was reading something about the same burnout in women. And one woman, she was so burnt out, she told herself that she's going to go live on a little island for herself. She went on an island and spent a couple months, but she realized that she's missing the companionship. She's missing her friends. She's missing doing different things. So even migrating to a place where you think you are alone and you could veg and get rid of it, it's not working. You do need the people connection.
Yeah.
You know? And even though I am millions and millions of miles away from the people that are close and near and dear to me, just a phone call, just a text. Hey, how are you doing? Everything okay? That's all you need to know that somebody is there for you.
Yes. Very, very important. You know, communication, you know, keeps the fire lighting, you know.
What fire?
The fire, yeah.
Yes, so women out there, as the caller before, the male caller before that says that parents are not teaching the women or the young children the young women to be housewives or teach them to be lawyers and doctors. Let's we're not stepping back into the times that we grew up in, but just take one little hitch back and teach them to be different. Teach them to hold their own, because that's the rate of divorce goes up when someone marries somebody and expect to get a good meal when they come home and they get in ramen and stuff.
No, that should not be.
You know, you have you see, and some now, just so you wouldn't believe, but they're building homes without kitchens right now.
What?
Yes, they're building condos and so without kitchens because nobody's cooking. Everybody's eating out.
Where is that happening? That should not be happening.
Not America. Listen, and when they sneeze, we get it cold, right? So it's coming to a home near you. Okay. Right. Yes. So they're doing that. You see, and the young people that are existing today and they're not being trained or taught how to do these things, it's going to be their folly later on. These are the ones that have their homes and they don't know where to start to clean it because they've never learned it. They've never been taught how to do it. And then they may find a young man looking good and they like that person and so, but what if that young man parent taught him how to cook, how to clean, and have that wife at home with him? And every time he comes home, clothes are all over the place, shoes are piled this way, this, that, the children toys are all over the place. Believe me, he's only going to take it for a time and not a long time. He's going to leave.
Yeah. It's hard to have a woman, a young lady, as a young man picking up a young lady, and she cannot cook. I don't know how me as a man, I really can't deal with that.
Now, that's why when somebody on the comment and the thing says, we need to have communication. Because don't just look at the lust and think that you, the person looking good on the outside, the appearance is good, and think that, okay, I have it made, she's the cat's meow and the bee's knees. No. Have the conversation and ask questions. So, you know, what dish can you make? Can you cook this or can you do that? And if she says, well, you know what, Jester, I don't know how to cook, because I never really learned to. Then you know what, do I want to take that chance to marry that, be with that person and teach her or teach him how to help me? Instead of you going in it blindly, you knew she couldn't cook and you knew he wasn't going to help you. Right? Yeah. You went into the relationship or whatever it is because you had peppy up your love in your eyes. You see the outward appearance and you're gone as Judge Judy say, beauty fades and dummies forever. So, when you get it, don't complain because you went in it with your wide shut.
Yeah.
You understand? You knew what you were getting into. Don't complain afterwards. If you talk and this is what it is and you decide that this is what you want to live with, it's your fault. Yeah. No one else.
Some of them out there now is just the emphasis is on the long fingernails and the
and the hair,
the eyelash,
the umbrellas.
I did not know you had small, medium, and large eyelashes.
I wouldn't know. I don't wear that. I don't know. Listen.
I was baffled.
When you see me here, just think about on a trial.
Oh my God!
That's it. I don't wear these things and because the women that wear that, you say winking. No.
Oh my gosh! Yes, I'm telling you.
It is 2 minutes to 10 o'clock inside the studios of Real FM. At 10, we're going to have our news. And I must say thank you to each and every one of you that made a comment this morning. Thank you for the women that put their comments out there, the men that called to support it. And to you, Mr. Moms, let me say thank you very much for doing the job that you're doing because there's a female absent in your life and you're taking care of your children. Kudos to you. Continue to look after your children. If you don't, no one else is going to do it for you.
Again, I would just like to salute the housewives, the mothers of our nation. Continue doing the good job that I know that you're doing. And I'm not saying that generally speaking, that's generally speaking. You may have one or two of them that is really not owning up to their responsibilities as they ought to. But from a general point of view, again, I say hats off to you for caring for our nation's children.
And thank you, Mary. We'll continue to bring interesting conversations so that each and every one of us can learn something as we go along. We're not here to blah, 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 blah. We are here to try to change, even if it's one life, by what we do here. This is what we are aiming at. And as I always end by saying, be kind to one another because kind people are the best kind of people. It is 10 o'clock inside the studios of Real FM, North America, and I think everywhere that is on the Greenwich Mean Time.
Goodbye.
Take care. Hasta la vista. Au revoir. All of the above.
And informative, entertaining, and first. Every hour on the hour.